There we go. Maybe that's why I'm like muting like 5 different things and unmuting 5 different things. Welcome, guys. I'm Silent Squirrel. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm so happy you guys are here. Welcome. I'm excited. We're going to be doing something. We're not going straight into Descent. We're going into an older campaign of ours, one that we started with this group, finishing up some stuff back then. We kind of did one module going into some kind of a spin-off of that module a little bit, same characters, and we're finishing that up. So we're going to do that tonight, and then hopefully get into Descent. Fingers crossed. We'll see. I'm hoping we do, because we got some stuff we got to wrap up there for a few things. What else? But yeah, guys, if you can look below, we're getting close to our goal. Once we hit 200 followers, we're going to do a giveaway and a costume stream. And I'm kind of excited to see what we're doing that. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be dressing up as, but anything's game. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. So I'm excited. But we're just kind of waiting for things to get kind of spun up in Discord. It's cool. So I was just letting them know what was going on in Discord. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, it looks like we're getting started. So we're gonna jump into Discord here. So let's jump into that, and yeah, let's go.
So if you guys are ready, we're just gonna get right into it.
Oh, yeah.
So
yep,
yeah,
I'm ready.
Last we left off, you guys survived by the. I shouldn't say the skin of your teeth, but it was a pretty close fight. Really close fight. Krychek's soul was scattered to the 4 winds, and he is desperately trying to hold on to whatever semblance he has left of it. And you guys are bloodied and battered, and you have the decision to either pursue the warlock or save Ryzik.
I feel like saving, as much as a pain in the ass as it is, I feel like saving Ryzik should be a priority.
Prester John, you know it.
Always.
You say that, and Prester John kind of looks solemnly at you, and you kind of realize like you're talking to Prester John. Like, of course, like it's Ryzik's gonna come first.
John will always choose the saving the person as opposed to hunting someone down.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Anybody? Haverel. You are hurt.
I'm hurting.
You missed. You are an understatement. Yeah, I think you went down a total of 3 times.
Oh.
3 times, 2 times. You went down a lot.
Okay.
Oravac. Your character's name is Oravac. Oravac, Stone Splitter, or something like that.
Who?
Mudbreaker, yeah.
I'm the dwarf.
The dwarf. Yeah, you got Hunter. Welcome.
Hey.
Hey.
Bitch tits.
Yeah. Prester John, he looks to the rest of you. Should we take Ryzik back to the town?
I
mean, that's just a
do.
trick question. He's not responding. I think we should take him back.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take the back.
Agreed. Oh.
Prester John is gonna hold on. Haverel. Let me see. Sorry. I need to see how much slots I have left.
I don't know what my health would have been.
Yeah, hold on.
It's showing full,
How do I get
but
rid of the tab? Unbelievable.
Even in death, he manages to be a pain in the ass.
Preston John is gonna walk up to you, Haverell. He's gonna
Mhm.
he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder respectfully, and he's going to cast at 5th level, inflict wounds. No, I'm kidding.
Instant death.
Possibly could.
Yeah,
30.
11. You heal for 11.
Not the 20? Not the
No,
31?
sorry, no, it's 20. I'm sorry.
31. I was gonna say, you said, okay.
I did.
I'm just gonna mute myself so you can all watch my video laugh manically.
Well. So we're all in agreement. We're all gonna take Ryzik's basically lifeless corpse back to town.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna see what we can do, and if
And you
it's
guys-
nothing, then it's nothing.
Well, yeah. I don't know if it's not nothing. Ryzik, you are currently in oblivion. You are talking to a deity. You have no idea where you are, what's going on. You spent the better part of, I would say, what feels like eternity watching children kill each other.
Well,
So-
if I recall correctly, I was also killing the children as well as I tried to make everything right before I
You
ended up.
did, and they keep respawning. Those
Yes.
little pesky brats. So
Yeah.
All
and-
markers
yeah.
of a beginning of a good weekend.
Yeah, there was a bit of both actions going on before I eventually did get evicted, but we'll see what happens from here.
Here's
I'm just gonna
the
leave
birdies,
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, just the fact that you, like, of course out of the party view, but, like, just go around murdering children.
And you
I
guys
mean,
do
the
so. You
problem the
managed to-
sword had with it was that he hadn't murdered enough children yet,
That's
frankly.
correct. You guys weren't here for it. Yeah. I guess when Ryzik comes back to life, he can fill you in on it. But so what do you guys do with the sword?
It's still in Elkrim's bag of holding, correct?
Oh, it is in his bag. Okay, it's been such a long time. I didn't know if you guys.
I remember I mage handed it in there, and like the curse was so strong on it that you're like, yeah, no, I know that your mage hand is on it. I need you to roll concentration so that it doesn't fucking disappear.
Yeah. And you did
and I
succeeded,
managed
right?
to
So
get
it
it
is in
into
the
my
bag.
It is in the bag of holding.
Okay. You guys make it back to town, no problem. Hold on, I'm gonna change the map. You guys make it back to town. You manage to take Ryzik's lifeless corpse over to the the cathedral that he had built, and you guys see like villagers, they're cheering you. Women are coming up to you, Elkrim, and like young maidens, and they're giving you flowers. You guys are the talk of the town.
Did you change the map?
Not on the town map, I believe.
Oh, you're not?
I think
It's
you
not
switched
showing.
yourself, but you did not drag us over.
Oh, how do I
Yep.
do that? I'm so sorry, guys.
There's that little like
When
tab.
you go back to the thing,
bookmark
it should just say
thingy.
party or like players,
It's not-
and you can just drag the little banner over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the
Yep.
banner, right?
It's been a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, hold on. Is it working now?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
All good.
Villagers, women are coming up to Elkrim. Children are like whispering your names in glee.
Yeah, guys, we're doing a little bit of kind of theater of the mind, so you guys can just imagine all this stuff
You can see some of the
with
villagers
us.
behind him that have participated in the combat with him are all leaguered, tired. Some of them are missing like limbs. A few of them don't have any arms, or like they've lost a hand. But overall, the morale is pretty high. You managed to carry Ryzik into the cathedral, and Prester John, he looks to the rest of you and he goes, "It's going to take me a minute. It's going to take me a little bit. I have to beseech my God to save Ryzik, to save this champion of the light."
So long as the ass doesn't disappear.
What's that?
Said so long as the ass hat doesn't disappear.
Well, I mean, an asshat he is, but I don't think his body's here, so I don't know if he's going anywhere.
You know exactly what I mean.
Prester John like claps you on the shoulder, and you see his blue-green eyes and this gentle smile split his face in half. He carries Ryzik into the cathedral. You can choose to follow. It's going to be.
How's
pretty
everyone's
boring.
weekend going, by the way?
Roleplay that. He's
Just want
Literally just
to.
going to be hunched over Isaac's body and praying.
I appreciate you all being here.
Have a soul
Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend,
What would the
your
rest of you guys
Saturday,
like to do?
whatever day it is where you may be. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying.
Will say, so you do get back into town, and you all get, even Isaac, you all get 300 platinum.
From who?
You all get 300 platinum, and you all level up, regardless of where you're at. You all level up.
So
I
we're
think we all leveled up last time, didn't we?
So
I
we're
did not
level
get you
12?
experience last time.
so we're level 12.
You level up. So like I gave you experience. I don't know if I gave you experience or not, but just in case, like you all level
I know
up.
you said we were level 11.
Yeah, you all level up. Just whatever you guys need, throw that experience on you.
Okay, whatever.
You've earned
I'll
it.
do that.
I'm gonna let you guys. It doesn't matter because I'm deleting all this. So
No,
No,
I just want to see what stuff I
It's
get.
just like yeah. You
And
can
Some
take
of
a
us
picture,
have already
okay.
died and lost all our equipment.
Mhm.
Wandered in the desert for
I'm not gonna
ages.
deal with that.
Like, yeah, you did wander in the desert.
I
What
get
do you
some
guys want to
extra-
do in the meantime?
I get some expertise. Nice.
I know you guys are busy leveling.
It takes me like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, this character has spells. Never mind. It takes me more than 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Anybody?
gonna deal with that.
Oh, I can't add any new spells. Okay, never mind. Cool.
Oh, you all are busy leveling. I'm like talking to you all, but you're all busy. I'll give you guys a minute.
Screw
Yeah,
it. I'm gonna do it.
And you normally leave this to the end.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, this is the end. I mean, I'm not. You literally survived this. You survived this. Like, you literally have plot
Mhm.
armor because of Felix's game, so I can't kill you because then it doesn't make any sense. It's not canon. So Felix saved your ass.
oh, you don't think I can make it work?
This one I'm playing
Yeah, if
my
that's
monk.
the case,
Have
I'd
a
say
roll.
we go
I'm
fight
so happy
God
you grabbed
here
that
and
sword,
now.
by the way. I'm
Yeah,
so
there's
happy
a
you grabbed.
million ways to.
So
revive
this
a
is
party.
this was my monk.
There's as many ways to revive a party as there is.
So I don't know if anyone else is like leveling and getting health and stuff like that.
Continue. So anything else you guys want to do?
My character has no stake. He's just going to rest up and heal up.
Okay,
Yeah, same
you-
with
you do so.
Haverell.
Yeah, Orvac and Murtog were just kind of like hired mercenaries for this, weren't they?
Oh yeah, hired for this job specifically.
The
You
job is
guys-
over,
you-
you got your pay.
You see, like as Prester John carries him into town. He's like walking, and there's like these two other dwarves like with big shoulders that are like traps that are like touching their ears. Here, like just jacked, and they're all carrying like these just chests, and they put them each one down in front of you, and they open it, and they're sitting there as 300 platinum, staring right at you. Except for Ryzik. Ryzik's basically dead.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Ah, always lovely. I
Well,
was
we're gonna
going to
pay a
ask
visit.
Ryzik if he wanted to help me hunt that wizard.
Yeah.
I'm
It's,
currently having
still-
a catnap right now. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you after the tone.
Did we ever
I'm
decide
sure
if
you'll be in for the
Johan
murder
is-
then.
Did we ever decide if Johan is staying with his wife here, or if
Oh my
Or-
god.
Oh,
Johan, that's a
like
word
with
I
a-
haven't heard.
with
Oh
a-
my
like-
god.
is,
So-
is
I
Johan
forgot
staying
all
with
about
Val
that.
here,
No,
or is,
as far,
are they up
as,
at the
much as
manor?
I remember, shut the fuck up. Getting changed. As far as I remember, and Felix told me this, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but he became a lord somewhere else.
We
Right.
inherited a manor by clearing out the mountain.
That we
wasn't
did.
Sure if he was staying there, because I know that we had to
I
send the group
assumed
to actually.
He
He
was
was
still
there.
staying there. He
Yeah,
stayed
he's
there, and
too
he
big.
hired, and you guys agreed to hire a bunch of dark elves for protection of the castle.
Yeah.
By inherited, I assume you mean war crimes.
Protection.
No, we actually cleared
No,
out a vampiric
yeah.
dungeon.
Yep. Yep. I remember
We
this.
cleared out a vampiric dungeon, and then a lord of a nearby town was like, "Yo, there's this really like broken, rundown manor. We can just give you the property." And we were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. That's right.
Manor. I've been rolling off screen just because.
Mhm.
Ryzik, you're there in a room, and it's what feels like eternity. You are covered in blood, and again, you just as you go to swing down on this kid that looks up at you, and he puts his hand out, and it's like a defensive wound. And right before you bring the blade down, you're gone, and you wake up, and your chest is so tight. It's the first time you breathe properly in what seems like many years. And Prester John, he stands back, and you can see like sweat dribbling down his face, and the candles around your body are like flickering violently.
What if I
Fuck is
counterspelled?
this?
You
What if I counterspelled?
why did you touch the sword? No.
Someone needed to.
If he hadn't, I would have.
There was many things.
It's good to have you back. And you see Prester with his gauntleted hand. He clasps your hand and he pulls you back up. Good to have you back, friend.
Did we get them all?
He laughs.
All but
You
one.
did get them all. Come. We have a reward for you. And Prester John, arm over your shoulder. You both walk out the cathedral, and right there for you is a chest full of 300 platinum. Ryzek Wolfborn.
I'll add it to my inventory.
Yeah, I mean, you as you step out, you're like, the light of day hits you, and it's almost overwhelming, and the sensories of people cheering and yelling and playing. You're seeing couples.
I try and slink back into the shadows.
Preston John grabs you, and he's like, no, live in this moment.
Elcorin's
Just
going to
once.
specifically cast light on Ryzik so that he can't slink into the shadows.
You're gonna be praised, and you're gonna like it.
The reason I'm doing it is because you watch as I actually grab a bit of whatever clothing I can, and I actually make a blindfold, and I put it over my eyes because my eyes are not adjusted right.
Right, that's right.
You've been in the dark thrashing children for 100 years.
Prester John, who is, because some of you guys said you were resting, so Orvac is not as AWOL. Did Haverell leave?
I'm still there. I just kind of found a spot and did some meditating and monk stuff.
Dope. Anybody else go with Orvac or on their own way?
Actually, Elkrim's gonna look at Preston. He's gonna be like, so the sword that's in the bag, should I just leave that with the cat?
Give it to me.
No. That's okay.
You'll be right.
You see Prester Johnny kind of rolls his tongue in his mouth as he's thinking.
I could empty everything else out of the bag and then cut the bag, and it just gets sent to some extra planar space.
Along with everyone
Just
else.
vented in the ethereal.
No, everyone within a 10-foot radius.
Like I said,
I
everything
have
else.
Mage Hand,
I have
specifically
an
Mage
idea.
Hand Ledgerman, so I can do other stuff with it too. I send that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Are you done? Are you done?
Do you want me to just send it to some random plane of existence?
I don't know what we're going to do with it, quite frankly, because it killed Ryzek, basically. If
I'm still alive? I'm
just
not dead?
you don't
Not
have a say in
dead
the
yet.
matter. We
Dead.
either get this sword out. Why don't we try the church? Why don't we try touching it in the church? It seems like an unholy relic, and I'm a cleric, so I figure, why don't we try...
There is something inside it which was judging those who hold it, if you need to know.
Great question. What happened when you touched that sword?
I was taken to a realm. I don't know where. There was lots of children.
Sounds like a
who
party.
were killing each other. I tried to put a stop to it.
Sounds like
Look,
my
so
kind
are
of
you-
party.
You see, Prester just like sagely nods, like that is what Ryzik would do. Like that is what Ryzik would do.
There was something else in there, though. Is sort of watching and judging each room of children.
Roll an insight or religion, whatever anybody around, of whatever choice you want.
I think I'm not around.
You are not around. If you want to come back around and retroactively say Orvac came and just like hung around, you can do that. Or if Felix, you really think Orvac.
I said earlier I was taking a rest. I'm taking a rest.
It didn't judge me worthy.
Avernus.
I think I'm one of the. Because of that, I think I can hold it fine now. I'm not sure. I can't use it, but I'm pretty sure I can bear it.
Ryzik, roll an insight or religion on yourself.
Absolutely. Religion. Which one am I worse at? Religion.
Works. Okay, not bad. Murtog, you have heard of unholy relics. It's not outside the realm of possibility. You being you are a paladin, correct?
Paladin and warlock.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
all
so-
over the unholy.
You know there are a lot of magical artifacts that do lots of things. Some of them have pocket dimensions. Some of them are capable of teleporting, setting stuff on fire. The magic can come from a deity. It can just come from innate magic that was left behind. It runs the gamut. You notice the magic with the bastard sword, Orphan's Bane. Because the sword felt alive and that it would like weep and cry, because of that religion check, you understand that one, there is indeed a deity that resides in that sword or is looking at that sword, like specifically, and two, it's not good. You gather that because Ryzik went unconscious, it's probably a game of there needs to be requisites for holding the sword. That's what you think.
If
Ryzik, you were there. You did not first. You didn't ask his name. You never asked his name, so you don't know who this deity is.
I think.
Then
Did I ask his? I can't remember.
you don't. You didn't. You didn't.
Cool,
I
whatever.
have it written down. And two, just from the nature of like the environment you were in, this is a very, very, very old being. This is an old god.
If I were to, so the spell Identify requires me to touch it throughout, like to touch the object throughout the duration. If I used Mage Hand to touch the sword, would you allow me to cast Identify on Orphan's Bane?
I'll allow you, but you still have to roll that saving throw, baby.
Against the sword or to keep Mage Handed?
Oh, the sword. The sword. This
Okay,
is
no, not
this is
gonna
a
do that.
this is a very cursed item.
Not
Like I said, you need a requisite. This isn't just like as simple as I mage hand it and then like you can like swing in the. This is the big. We're
Oh
in the
no,
big
I wasn't
leagues
mage
now.
handing it to swing it. I just wanted to use the mage hand to touch it so I can cast Identify to figure out what. said
You can
requisites
roll that
are.
dice. You can take that chance, and you can roll. I'm not gonna
If
stop
I'm
you,
not
buddy.
mistaken, the DC last time was like 20, so I'm not gonna
The
take that
DC
chance.
is much higher than 20.
Oh
I
god.
can
Yes,
promise
I'm
you.
And what was it? Was like a Wisdom save.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need.
no, I
You
don't
needed to
have
roll,
proficiency.
first of all, you needed to roll 3 wisdom saving throws because the DC is very high.
I have a +1 to Wisdom save, so I'm.
Oh,
going to do that.
good. You could win. You want to try, buddy? You want to give it a try?
No, I have to roll 3 nat 20s.
Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty
Uh,
close.
so
That's right,
probably
look
pretty
what happened
close.
to me. You'll be fine.
Yeah, look, Pastor John looks at Ryzik and he goes, "Yeah, he's right as rain," and he claps Ryzik on the back.
By this stage, my blindfold will come off.
Cool. So, we just dump it in the church. Maybe put like dirt over it. Do we bury it?
Bury it in the woods, yeah.
Yeah.
still
Just
all
like-
for just sending it to a different plane of existence.
Just grab the bag of holding and kind of like
Because
turn
like
it and
if you think
shake it.
if you really think about it, unless we bury it more than 30 feet underground, anyone who knows the detect magic spell can find it.
One, that's true. Two,
So
maybe we put some safeguards. Maybe we
what kind of safeguards would you have that
I
last?
don't know, we
permanently?
hire a guard. We could hire some. I mean, I can hire someone. I'll stand guard over it. I mean,
Ah, yes, spend the
Put it
rest
in
of your
my
life.
bag of holding, and I will be the bearer of this.
roll a
I don't
persuasion check
trust
with disadvantage.
you near this sword.
I
What
want
was that?
Ryzik to roll a persuasion check at Prester John with disadvantage.
Persuasion.
Wait, can I hold up? I want to see something.
Prester John, he looks at you.
Oh, never mind. It's a 2.
What were you gonna say?
Oh no, if it was like a good roll, I was going to cutting words it, but it's a 2.
Prester John, he kind of looks sideways at Ryzik, and then like a kid that like talked and said nothing, he like turns back to the rest of you to like listen to something more important.
Fuck you too.
Listen, if you want to spend the rest of your life standing guard over this sword, that is your choice.
I don't. I don't
But
even.
We could
I don't
just send
wanna
it
hear.
somewhere
I'm
and let
probably
it be
the
someone else's
single.
problem.
I'm probably the single most worthy person in. Oh, worthy. I'm the single most capable person in here to keep it hidden. The amount of wilderness I have traveled on my own 2 feet, and the
Where
fact
would
that
you
I
hide
keep
it?
moving from place to place, I can guarantee you it would not get found.
Where would you hide it? Because here's the thing: if I let you take it, I get to know where it goes.
Then that defeats the purpose of keeping it hidden.
It's just you and me knowing. We're friends, aren't we?
Are you?
Professor John, you have his attention now. He is regarding you now. Not so much as like an idiot, but like, what are your intentions? Like, what are you saying?
He's willing to barter.
I know what this thing can do. I have interacted with it. I have delved into its mind, and I have come back. I know what it is able to be done with. I know what it can do.
Thanks
Because
to
of
me.
this, I am uniquely qualified now to know exactly of what it is and what it can do. If I keep it with me, it will go in my bag, and you will not see me again.
I won't see you again because you'll be dead.
You will not
You
see me
do-
again because I know the paths in the wilderness. I know how to travel from place to place without being seen, without having to rise to society's needs and wants.
Roll a persuade.
I
One
will
more persuasion
fade.
check.
I will fade into the background, and I
roll
will
a
not be seen
roll.
again.
Roll one more persuasion check straight.
Sure.
I knew it.
Even
I knew it was gonna happen
Of
too. I knew it was
course.
gonna happen too.
Of
Prester
course.
John looks at Prester John. He looks. He gives you a really good look. Like this is he's staring into your soul, and then he looks at Elkrum and he says, "You heard the man," and he waits expectantly for you to give Ryzik the sword.
if he wants the sword, he can grab it himself. If he's so confident that he won't get dragged back into it, I'm not touching that damn thing. I put it in the bag very carefully. It's all you. I'm not going to stop you from trying to reach into the bag and grab it. I'm just not retrieving it for you.
How do we get it from his bag of holding to yours?
You can just, if he's so confident that he can bear it and hold it, he can feel free
I'm
to reach
asking
in, take
him
it out, and put it back.
Elkrum. It's not this isn't a you. I'm asking him.
Sorry, I'm just checking things.
Yeah, no giver.
Mhm.
Murtog, what do you make of all this?
If the sword is so dangerous, why don't you just combine those two holding bags and destroy in a pocket dimension?
You're Oravak, not Murtog.
No, I mean he can talk. We're back in.
You know.
I'm okay with that.
I reach
we
into the
went
bag
it
of
into
holding.
the
and I
other
Hold
grab
on,
the
1
sword.
second,
Oh.
Joe. Archer was saying something. I'm sorry.
If
Yeah,
we
sorry,
vented
sorry.
into the ethereal by just like tucking it into another bag of holding, anything that finds it in the ethereal is likely to be a much bigger problem than Ryzik. He's got my
you see Prester, like, from the Nat 20, and then from, like, Murtaugh, you see him, he's, like, you know, taking his hand and he's stroking his chin and he's nodding, like, good points. Good points.
I go over to the other bag of holding. I pull it out.
With your, oh my god.
Barehanded, come
Are
on.
you
Do it
serious?
again.
Oh my god. Oh, roll.
Prester
Wisdom
had
saving
another
throws, my friend.
Revivify.
Say again.
3 wisdom saving throws.
Oh.
Yes.
You're right as Prester John goes to reach out and say, wait a minute, your consciousness goes,
Perfect.
and instead of falling, you find yourself like as if like you're just teleported. You're kneeling in front of an individual. You see this individual with like these gangly long fingers that are like at least like 13 inches long, and it's like you see them like curled over each other, and you look up,
Hey, what those fingers
and it was
do.
it was the it's the you see him, and he looks, you see him, and it's just you and him in a room, and he has his hands, he takes his hands and he kind of folds it across his chest, and looks down on you, and it goes, welcome back.
Yes, I have a proposition for you.
Okay.
I will not wield your weapon. You have deemed me not worthy. You know, however, that I am a being of means, of ferocity, I should say, sorry.
Listen,
However, if I
listen,
bear this...
just hold on a sec, just hear me out. Hear me out. You killed my champion.
I did, which means he was not worthy.
Not alone. You did not kill him alone. Vank earned this sword a long, long time ago.
By killing children.
No. By making orphans.
Uh-huh. Any adventurer can create orphans. That is no hard feat to do. I can create orphans. My
Well,
proposition to you is that as a warrior of note, I will carry this. If someone defeats me, chances are you will have a new champion. I will not wield your weapon. I will not wield you.
You can roll an insight.
Sure.
You. He's very. His
There's been-
tone has
there's been
with you
so
thus
much that
far
has
been
happened
pretty cold and
that
standoffish.
like
You're
this
not
is
an idiot.
all
You
crazy.
get the sense
Like, oh
whatever
man,
this eldritch being is, it
this
does not like
was a
you.
good campaign, by the way.
B,
Um,
you get the sense it's
man.
really annoyed with you. You see him. It's sitting down, and then you see it like roll its shoulders forward, and its neck. It's like you never noticed it before, but its neck, you can see the veins like coursing along its neck, and it settles its elbows on like the sides of the chair, and it leans in, folding its hands, and it says to you, "So, let me get this straight. You killed my champion. You're going to take my sword, me, and you're going to bury me somewhere where someone much more worthy and capable than you is going to wield me. And for what?
I'm going to correct you
What are
there.
you getting out of this?
I'm going to correct you there. I never said I would bury you. I said I would bear you, as in hold you. By your admission, I am not worthy, and I will respect that.
What are you getting out of this?
What am I getting out of this?
Yeah. I've dealt with mortals before. There's always a caveat. There's always a motive.
I get to travel. That is what I get out of this. I finally get to explore the lands of which I was born and of which is my right to. Your right is to find a warrior of note. Let me find that warrior for you, because those people who I will cross inevitably, one of them will
You
kill me.
don't know what my rights are. You don't know me.
I don't, and you don't know me.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I
Can't
love
very
how
well do that.
unreservedly sassy you are with this evil god you already know
Yeah.
hates you.
You,
I can't very well provide bardic inspiration, can
Isaac
I?
Wolfborn, you notice he leans back, he brushes his hand away, and he scatters your soul into oblivion. Your character is permanently dead.
Cool.
There's no coming back from this.
Cool.
He
And
was somehow brought back for the Tomb of Annihilation, but that was his
Whoever
last
said
adventure.
that was me.
yeah, you try, and your words seem to like grab onto him, and then he remembers. No, you killed my worthy champion. You killed the man who was doing what I wanted, and yeah, it's not good enough. He scatters your soul. Your base, your molecules just to pull apart as you pass on.
Okay.
And thus ends the legend of Isaac Wolfborn.
Just okay.
Doesn't bother me.
You guys, everyone is staring at a Ryzik corpse. You notice the shallow breathing just stops. And Prester, with like full panic, throws himself on Ryzik's body, putting his ears on Ryzik's chest, praying as hard as he can. What do the rest of you do?
Haverhill is just kind of he's just kind of standing there, just kind of at peace, and quietly under his breath is it was an honor. And he
After
and then he'll walk out and leave.
Alcarim will nod, and he will kind of always being the dodgy type, even when it comes to his emotions, will be like, so anyone second sending it to a different place?
Send it to a different place.
Trying to like not shed like a shakiness in his voice, just like
Prester stands, and you can see like he's a sensitive man. You can see like tears like forming in like the corners of his eyes, and he looks to you and he hisses like, "Send it away."
Guys, that's crazy. That's unfortunate.
All right, Elkrim will walk like
That's
over
unfortunate.
to the Island of Stones. Specifically, like he'll like take like a little dinghy down there and everything. He will before that like, he will
do
like
something.
like just like right like in the church. He will empty everything except for the sword out of the bag of holding. Go to the island. I will use my mage hand legerdman to hold the bag of holding. I believe I can move it. Is legerdman 30 or 60 feet away? Does it increase the range? Let me check. No, it doesn't increase the range. Okay, so I'm going to hold it 30 feet away from me.
Okay.
And I am then going to cast a cloud of daggers at it to cut up the bag and make it kind of like turn into a small interdimensional rift for a second and send the sword away.
And you do so. Where do you send the sword to? Just randomly, or do you know the location?
I believe it actually specifically says when a bag of holding is cut, it is like a randomly determined plane of existence.
Okay, yeah.
I could pull
point
up
on the ethereal plane specifically.
You do so. You throw the dagger, and it almost it's like a black hole imploding in on itself. It folds away, and nothing left.
Oh, sorry, not ethereal. Contents are scattered in the astral plane, so it's just floating somewhere in the astral.
That was good.
That's even worse.
Listen,
even
it's
more
not our
scary
issue. It's
otherworldly beings in there.
It's not. Honestly, we could just retcon this. Somehow was on the astral. Acer Rock got it, and that's why we went to his dungeon.
Rising didn't really die. He was. This was all just a bad dream.
Yeah. Plot point ABC. That's why we went there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Felix.
I have kind of way, but go ahead.
No, there's not. I mean, Haverhill has left. He said his goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
Alcarim
Unless you
has.
want to do something to stop Alcarim before he just sends the sword away.
No, Prester will not, unless somebody else in the party will stop you, and the villagers don't give a shit. I mean, as much as like they're happy that Ryzik fought for them, he wasn't their best friend. So I mean, they're sad.
Don't really know about the
He's
sword.
dead and they're gonna bury him and with honor, but man, you know, it's like we'll spend 30 minutes grieving and then like we'll go back to drinking and celebrating.
Question:
This is
Did
how
anyone
they're looking
come
at it.
Why guys
with?
are why
Did
guys
anyone
are
come with
celebrating?
Elkorim, by the way?
Prester
Before we get
John
to your
did.
thing.
Prester John did.
All right. Elkorim's always been a little bit more sensitive around Prester, so like after the sword is sent away, Elkorim will kind of like break down on that little island before heading back.
Yeah, Prester John, he hugs you and you guys share a tender moment, and then you make your way back into town.
Felix, you were saying?
Sorry, if you guys were celebrating, my gal says, Orvac says, "Have you ever heard of a tale of the tomb of Sidorak?" Go ahead now.
You did. It was
segues.
no, I love it. You see a villager that kind of leans in and he goes, "No, what's that about?"
Yeah, spent 300 platinum that should have been Ryzik on drinks, and
Don't
we'll wander into the desert.
young dwarf, master dwarf. Please continue.
They say he was one of the most dangerous and most legendary. You ever heard of a lich before? Well, this is a demi-lich. And he said he has the greatest hoard of treasure known, rival even to a dragon.
Yep, this is the end.
He's
guys.
speechless. He like leans back in his chair and he like you see him like mouthing the
And
words
before
"Lich and
you
Dragon."
even finished
Like
your
he
story,
can't compute it.
Murtagh and
You
Alcaron
frightened
have
his circuits.
sprinted off to try and rob it before you can get there.
I don't even have a drink right now.
Hey,
I'm all out of
if
this
it
one.
rivals a dragon's hoard isn't like insane coming from someone who's like found one before, but still of note. Still worth it.
Yeah. So, as
Worth
everyone did
literal
what they needed to
annihilation.
do, Prester John and Elkorim especially, or Haverell's gone, as far as I know, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he just dabbed on them haters and he just like left.
Yeah,
Were you there for either of the? Were you there for
No,
either of the?
unfortunately, Alex was not.
No, I wasn't able to make
Haverell
this.
just kind of did his own thing while everyone else went to go rob a Demi-Lich's dungeon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. As one does.
I don't remember if he was there for both sessions of this campaign either. The Vankier.
I was at like the very, very beginning of this one, but yeah.
I think me and you were the only two who were there for both of them because it was literally just me and you for the first one, Hunter. The first one was literally just me and you, and I think everyone joined in the second one because Alcarim was dead, and then all of a sudden they found Murtagh naked in the desert. Or, sorry, naked in the town. You ran back to the town. They found you naked and were like, what the fuck is going on?
Wandering into town with nothing but a big sword and a case
So it's the
of
legend
desert madness.
of the respectable and powerful Ryzik Wuthorn, greatest hunter of his time.
Frankly, that might be my favorite fate for any character.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Wait, desert madness or getting his soul scattered by an evil deity?
I'm gonna say, like, Andrew, I love you. You had every chance to like not have that happen. It's like, what did you expect? You showed up to his realm the first time, and then you get saved by the skin of your teeth, and then you come back and have the balls to tell him, "Hey, listen, bitch, like I can help
Listen,
you."
are you gonna tell me that Ryzik wouldn't have the balls to do that?
It's like, oh, it's so Andrew. I'm like, I should have.
Oh, yeah.
God. When he rolled that nat 20, I'm like, me, man.
It was gonna die anyway. Die in our dreams.
Oh, true. Okay, true.
Yep.
And
So,
now all of these characters went through, like, they did their things. They went through the dungeon, and we are all
Gonna be
either
one of
somehow
two
like somehow lived a nice full life, or got sucked into a sphere of annihilation.
Exactly. It's going to be one of two things. I was either going to be A, I was going to live through this, or B, something would have happened and something else maybe inhabit my body or something. I don't know.
My body.
Alternatively, it's like I wasn't actually there in the Tomb of Annihilation. I was just a figment of everyone's dreams and wishes.
My body.
Yeah, You didn't really find anything. You just kind of like
I guided people to where
little
they
bits
needed
of
to go,
like
and that was about it.
you being there was very much just all us being like, what would Ryzik do? And it's like
Exactly.
Ryzik would walk along this wall and inspect the paintings until he found a slot where we could fit a
Exactly.
very
When you're
specific
trying to
ring.
find the entrance to this place, what am I going to do? I'm going to walk back to town.
You were also so upset about that, Hunter, because you were like, oh man, I got a ring of protection, nice. And then it's like, no, it goes into the wall that then collapses.
It was one of 2 things I owned, and then it got garbage compacted.
Yep,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
You were a
Okay,
little upset
spoiler
when
alert,
when
okay,
Felix was like, it
okay, I'll let you
resembles the
guys
ring
know
of
about-
protection.
Okay, I'll let you know right now about that wall. All you need was just a coin.
Yeah, we could have shoved anything circular in. I had a thought about
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
But if we tied a string to the coin first, could we like vending machine trick it?
I would have told you it actually would crush.
Feel like
the
a
thing.
Demiurge's dungeon is immune to vending machine tricks.
No, of course not.
I'm
Why
about
would
to
they be?
delete this now. Does anyone have any
Yeah,
final
go ahead and
words?
delete it.
No.
Guys, that was so
To
much fun.
Isaac!
To Ryzik, to Haverel, to everyone.
To all the other player characters I completely forgot about because only been
Yo,
like maybe 2 sessions.
To Johan, to
Johan, to Val, that fucking annoying character I always hated.
To my
Johan,
rogue,
Prester,
which no one in
Ryzik,
this
Haverel.
current group saw, who died to a thunder wave.
Yeah.
What?
Felix
Not
knows.
you, but the one character who played a cleric got really mad and left.
Yes, I remember him.
Yeah,
You
I
and
just
me are the
remember.
only two who know half these stories.
I just remember the very animated. I think it was a wizard that we had like my first session.
We had a we started off all of this group. It was Felix, me, and a group of others. We
Mhm.
had 2 rogues, paladin, a fighter who was a ranger.
I think the group was mostly fighters. There was only like
It
really
It was
only
like
one
2 or
spell
3. It was definitely 2 or 3 fighters, but one of them I know for a fact was focused into ranged weaponry. I was my original character, if I recall correctly, was a half elf rogue who died to a thunder wave
Oh no.
after I fell off a couple of roofs. It was hilarious. It was
Yeah,
great.
just to soften up.
Yeah.
He was. It was a case of, there's this big bell that we're trying to get here in order to gain some funds. So I'm like, all right, sweet. Before we enter this place, I'm going to scout, and then I jumped up on top of a roof. I slid off the roof, fell unconscious upon the impact on the ground, got revived, walked in the front door, found a half-orc chained up against a who had a
He was chained up to the
he
wall.
was
He was,
a
like,
servant of a god. So I was around the back, and then he launched a thunderwave when we released him, and I got launched through a wall and died.
Oh no.
Because by that stage, we expended all of our healing.
Oh no.
Holy shit! Wow.
That's my biggest. That's
Good
my
early
biggest
rogue
fear
and I-
currently with the. My biggest fear currently with Avernus is we don't have like any like quote like main healer classes. We have all
Nope.
like half caster or like full caster with like we have cure wounds and like that's really it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
all
guess
of
I'm
us
the
have
kind of
cure wounds, and
closest.
that's where we draw the line.
Well,
Yeah.
all of us have
I'm
cure
the
wounds,
close-
and then there's Agnes with her healing hands as an Azamar, and that's it.
I'm kind of close because I can touch people.
Yeah.
I can spend any amount of points for a heal, so you're down to 0. Okay, 1 hit point, 1 hit point, 1 hit
Yep.
point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
My whole thing with my characters, and it has been pretty true up to this point, is if they die in a spectacular way, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you
Beautiful.
just hate the idea of Cobalt hits you and kills you.
That would just be lame. Straight
You've
lame.
generally been
Amazing.
like the kind of like the if they die kind of person.
Yeah, there is one character I really don't want to die, and that is
INF? Or is
INF.
it Rain? Okay. I
No,
was about
that's
to say,
INF.
Let's see,
Rain
Rain's
is
level
to
4, so
attack
if you,
Oh,
Rain is
It's
a
level 4,
force
so
of
you got-
chaotic nature.
Oh yeah.
Rain will die, but it will be in a blaze of glory.
well, Rain's
Oh,
alright
yes,
with
it
dying,
will.
so long as 6 is
Rain?
safe. That's his whole shtick.
Yep.
But
A
INF
is okay,
has-
so long as 6 is safe.
INF has a surprisingly strong will to live.
Yeah.
As she has 2 souls in her body.
I
We
know, right?
still don't know if it's like old Ioneth or if it's the dragon, by the way. We
That was
still
a-
never
Oh,
figured
or-
that out.
or-
We
Da-
still don't
Damon's-
know.
No.
The next time you see her again, she's got 2 eyes. One that looks decidedly dragon-like, and the other one that's normal.
Oh god.
shit.
What did, I did let that up to him what he wants to do with that character now. It's like, I don't know.
Mhm.
No, I know, but like we never
I'll
like
be-
further like pressed
I-
Ioneth about it. We just kind of like let it rock.
Yep.
I do mean to send Felix a message after this, but there's I'll tell everyone because you'll all be like, yeah, no, that's about right. INF has actually gone back to the what's it called? The prophets, the sage. The
We're
prophet,
discussing old characters.
See,
hopefully, we'll get into
Yeah, okay.
the oracle.
Oracle
Descent here
or
soon.
Fate?
She's
Yeah,
gone
But
back
yeah.
to the
The
oracle's
fates, the
lair
fates, the
and
fates.
is
The fates,
she's
yeah.
attempting to lay waste to all the people who kept her trapped there for such a long time.
But yeah, these
before
are
she goes
all
off
old.
to look after the tombs.
Pre me streaming.
Wow.
But how much
This
Felix
one was
will
like right at the
do
very
that,
beginning.
How much Felix
Um,
will actually let me
so
do
yeah.
that, I'm leaving up to him.
Whoa, wait, hold up. Like tombs, like just like tombs that we don't know from your backstory, or tombs like the necropolis of
Dragon
Telamar.
Lord. No, the
The
Dragon Lord
necropolis of
tombs.
Telemark.
Yeah, the Dragon Lord tombs.
Okay.
So you're just
Yeah.
gonna vibe with
Yeah,
new
you gotta
descent,
retire your
new
character
descent
in a
banner,
tomb.
new descent banner.
I don't know, what does that mean?
Oh,
It's
you know the
it's
title
the cover of one of
screen for
the.
Descent to
it's the
Avernus.
cover of
It's
one
the
of the
alt art
alternate.
cover.
It's the alternate cover.
Got it.
I really like this alt art.
Have we
You can
gone
go
and
get it at the
entered
game
the next
shops, I'm
chapter?
mistaken. You can probably find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, guys. If you have any concerns you want to bring up with me, there's probably a lot. Some of it deserving, some of it.
Or are you
I'd love
interested
the
in
DMR. I would love the DMR. What I would like to do is start a whole new campaign. Is my dream. That's what I would like to do.
Cool. I'm
I
always
think it was
down.
cool, like jumping balls first and like level 10, level 11. But next time I kind of
Playing high level,
Yeah.
like starting at high level can only be fun for so long. But like
Yeah.
sometimes like part of the fun of it is just building your character up to that point because then you have like a much bigger
Yeah.
attachment to them.
The thing is
Mhm.
that where you
There's
a
have
reason
level
people
level
play
is
power.
essentially end of tier 2 to start of tier 3 play. Tier 3 and tier 4 play is decidedly different than beginning, and it is a complete different balance, and it
Yeah.
is so swingy at times. You can go
And
up
even
against
I know
monsters that are
that the
designed.
DM preparation is like doubled.
God.
You
Um,
Yeah.
can go up against, for example, monsters that are designed for those levels, and you can either cakewalk them or you can all die.
Well, yeah,
It
but,
is
like at
literally
high
both
levels,
polar
DM prep work
opposites at the immediate same time.
Wow.
at high level, like DM prep work is doubled A, but like also like even if you're like like especially if you're like home brewing, that double like it's like 4 times as much work as just like, oh, I'm
Mm.
prepping at a low level like from a module.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
no, you have to like unless you have pre-made like enemies, like you have to like make these enemies or choose these enemies, like make the dungeons, balance the encounters, like you have to do every single part of it and then scale it up to like level 10 or wherever you are.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give everyone a word of warning. Where Baldur's Gate Descent to Avernus ends, I have homebrew ideas where it can launch off after that.
Ooh.
I like it. I like
Nice.
it.
Already.
I do know this game has a lot of different paths and endings.
It
so I'm
does.
curious how that's
Mhm.
It has quite a few different paths, different endings, people who can end up in power, people who can't, so on. So it all depends on choices. So
Yep.
there is a lot of roleplay aspects that I'm actually still discovering.
Yeah. What did you guys want to do? Did you want to do another game or just leave it at that tonight?
Well,
We
we're
can
on
leave it
the
at that.
Descent.
I don't have anything else that Elkworm really like. I was torn between 2 choices of like what Elkworm would do, and it would either be that he would send the sword to the astral, or it would be that he would have through trial and error, learned how to explore and taken up that mantle in Rysek's place.
Yeah.
Without touching the sword, but like keeping it in his bag of holding to keep it away from people. And if someone killed him, it was someone who was probably able to wield the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I like to remind you, your character died in the tomb.
Yeah. So that sword is
Yeah,
currently in
that
possession.
sword would have
Actually,
been annihilated.
that sword would have been in the
Oh,
possession
no.
of Ace the
Yeah.
Rerack, because he said when we lost all of our items, like after the fact, he's like, yeah, no, all of that just like you still do get those items back if you're able to complete the dungeon. It's just
It's in a room
his
somewhere
treasure
we
room.
didn't reach. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
in
it's just
about
in his treasure room.
in about 5 minutes, if everyone is willing, I'll launch into Descent into Avernus. If people,
I'm good.
I see
I'm good.
4 out of everyone, so 4 out of 5 plays.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say we're only an hour in tonight. Anyway,
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in
might as
for it.
well.
So, quickly, if you want, go grab a couple of drinks or whatever
Yeah,
else.
Oh,
you want.
you know what?
Get my double
There will
IPA.
probably
You know what?
be a break halfway through. I don't know. We'll see how things go.
Cool.
It is this
Hey,
session
guys.
and next session is a lot of role play, less so combat. But depending on choices, there may be something. I don't know.
Let me.
You
Yeah,
say
try
that
it, mouse
before we
traps.
decide to shit stomp the butler real quick.
Let me do that. Let me get some music on. But yeah, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna get ready for our other game. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, and we will be right back. All right, guys. Yeah, we are getting back into it. So we're gonna get back into Baldur's Gate.
Enjoying warm-up session.
Character death is always a nice warm up.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Sirenscape is up and running. This week
Gotta pull that up.
wasn't actually planned at all, but I do have content here to play, so it's always ready to go.
Cool.
Is there anything? I know that Pakito isn't here this week. Is there anything anyone else wants to launch in that we haven't said yet? Sounds like it's a no. All right, sweet.
Oh.
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Pretty much just going through my usual standard opening. Does anyone want to recap where we're up to currently?
Yeah, we finished. I'm just gonna put this as blunt as possible. We finished slaughtering our way through Vanthaper Manor. Escaped through the sores because, like, through a secret door, we found the stables. Heard guards entering the building, and then from echoes through the sores, heard guards entering. We exited through a sewer grate that we were able to bend and get through, and popped up after the sewers in the lower city, and spent the night in the Elsong Tavern with Alan kind of like keeping us at bay and Underwatch, giving us a good room, food and drinks because I tossed him a platinum piece and said not a word. And when we woke up in the morning, there was a town crier specifically saying, I think it was Amric was his name, took the last surviving Vanthaper, who still considers himself a part of the family. So head of the family has sworn vengeance on the group that killed his family, the only identifying features being a group of 6 people. No descriptions were listed, nor do we know of any wanted posters because we ended in the tavern. As well as the Arport.
Hey, Drakus. What's up? Hope you're enjoying your weekend.
And I think
your
there
day.
was one other thing that the town crier had mentioned. I think it might have just been that, like,
We're just getting back into Descent. So we did a little cleanup from an older one.
Also, just
hey, no worries. I
a couple of
appreciate you
things
stopping
that
in.
you,
I
can
appreciate you
complete.
stopping in.
You have killed Tavius Krieg. You have obtained the Infernal Cube, both of which are sought after by Rhea Mantlemorn.
Yeah, we have an ear in a pocket somewhere.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
the Infernal... I didn't... She...
Correct.
Was she looking for the cube, or...
She was after the cube. She said she had heard rumors about the cube, and she
We
thought
did
that it
have
would
a
be better
second
in
bidder for it,
in
though.
her hands than it would be in anyone else's.
And we also know of another person who desires it.
I was just looking through what I picked up last.
But I'd like
Sylvira
to see
yes.
my hands a couple more times
however
before
you
we
pronounce
give it
last
to
name.
anyone.
Got it.
Yeah, but we know of 2 people who want that cube.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
I imagine they want what's in the cube more than the cube.
I know, but the specific, like, here and now, they want the cube. My gist.
But I'd like to know what's in the cube before we give it to them.
When we all wake up, I'm going to say, like, hey, like, I imagine you guys heard, like, the town crier is looking for a group of 6 people. I suggest, if you have anything to do, we don't travel in groups. Maybe, like, groups of 2, maybe 3 at the most. And any
At this point,
distinguishing
I'm going to
features...
take out a disguise kit and slam it on the table. Let's do it up.
Any distinguishing features? Cover them up. You just see, like, you put the disguise kit on the table, and you see Alden, like, kind of, like, wave his hand across his body, and his scars and tattoo kind of, like, disappear and turn into, like, static displays of, like, just, like, normal skin where they should be. And his hair looks slightly longer and, like, a lighter blonde as opposed to the normal dark brown. He's like, oh, I've got myself covered.
okay.
My character...
Ogma's just going to pull out a wad of clay and give himself a funny nose.
I think I have to stay in the tavern because he just kind of just looks up at body. He's like, "Sorry, all."
Speaking of distinctive features,
yeah, we're kind of we stick out a little bit.
Felix, you know that if you can, you know that There are certain ways that you can move around without being seen fully, so you can move around if you wish.
I'm not smart enough to figure this out.
Yeah, you can. You kind of know this. You may not be proficient in it, but you know that it can be done.
Oh, what exactly? That's
All
the
right.
problem.
I
Yeah.
somehow accidentally clicked myself out of the game. Oh, I opened up into a new tab on accident.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alrighty.
And
So-
we're back.
So currently, as you guys fix yourselves up for the morning, how are you splitting yourselves up, and where would you like to go if you split yourselves up?
I know that she's not here, but like Alden's just gonna like Agnes would have followed. Alden is going to make his way towards the upper city, and on his way, like walking through the marketplace on the way there, I want to specifically try to find a pair of sending stones.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll come up with something.
There was a magic
I'll
shop.
think of something.
Yeah. The last time we were here, they were racist to somebody.
I thought that was just like a racist alchemist, or was it a magic shop?
Could have
was
been.
an
It was the
an
alchemist. It was the one that I went to.
I was about no. We all know that you went there because you were the one who experienced said racism.
Yeah.
Or poor Goliath.
Alrighty.
What it
Anybody
is, what it
wanna
is.
be a shopping list?
That was specifically a place for arcane supplies,
Mm-hmm.
is what you know that it was for.
Right. Did he have like crafting for him?
Yep.
Yeah, so if you're after like say for example, as what you sought out was items to attempt to craft potions, you would have also seen bits and pieces that would assist in the casting of spells and various trinkets and odds and ends to so in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
The stereotypical bits and baubles.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, if you ask around, that's also probably the best bet in order to find the appropriate tools to create a set of sending stones, if not outright having sending stones or being pointed in the direction of.
Yeah, like in which case I'd stop there on the way to the upper city.
So, anyone else needing to do anything?
Oh, I'm thinking. Seeing if I need to go shopping at all.
Mark,
Yo, what's up?
anywhere you want to go?
Yeah, I want to go back and see my brother.
Okay. Anyone you want to go with or take with?
It depends. I mean, if anybody wants to come with me, they can. Xenophon isn't the kind of like he doesn't need a pity party. He can go alone.
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably just say like, "I'm just going somewhere. Don't worry about me."
Lord Marquette owes you big time though now. Eh?
We'll see.
I'm not going to go see Lord Marquette is because I figured you kind of have that one under wraps. Like you're going there anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I'm banking on Lord Marquette being there while my brother is there, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It is his
so-
manner. You know?
We have Mark going to Lord Marquette. We have James going off to both Sorcerer's Sundries and going into the upper city.
I'm specifically like after like the sending stones are just like a kind of side thing. I'm mainly like the first thing I want to do is actually like, go see the humans.
Okay, so we'll go Marquette, Hunes, and anyone anywhere else.
I know we haven't really followed this too much, but do I have to make an oath to someone somewhere?
You don't have to make an oath to someone. You just have to say the oath. So I'm going to say that you've said it somewhere along the line.
Okay.
All right. So don't worry too much about it, unless you want to make a role play out of it. In which case, by all means.
I don't necessarily know about bows, but maybe some
No?
armor to assist with some with some of that
You
stuff.
just
Let
like,
him
I
have-
don't know any.
You can like
Oh,
have
go
time
ahead.
to ruminate on it if you really need to.
Let me see.
If you wish, you can. What we can do is say as well. Everyone else out is doing things. You take the time to ruminate on your experiences, say whatever oath that you need to say, and proceed from there if you wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
That give me
If I understand
one.
it correctly, it's less like you're devoting yourself to a god. That's how you get your paladin powers. The oaths are just setting your cause and deciding where you draw that line.
I've seen several
Much.
things of like people who are just like because paladins can technically
Yeah,
like, oath to anything and get their power.
I mean,
they can,
I've
like, make oaths
the
themselves or
bow that I
something.
have currently is
Like, you
pretty
can literally
good
make your oath do whatever
because
you
it
want.
has some
It
You
doesn't
chose
have to be
Oath
a
of
god.
warning
Conquest,
abilities.
Yeah? That doesn't have to be very
Well, that's the
high.
thing.
Um,
To draw us away a little bit here as well, but in the same sort of tone, is
Mhm.
you've also got the oath of.
Yeah, that's the
Kings,
nice
I think
thing.
it is, which
I was
is
looking
your,
more,
main paladin from
potentially armor,
Swordquest Adventures Guide, which is
maybe
actually from
a
God.
magical bow,
It's
another
just
magical bow,
a set of oaths that you take.
to
So
improve
the-
He's just
attacks,
a real loyal soldier. Yeah.
You could also like
things
I
like
know
that.
Because of early Order Gauntlet, if you really wanted to like keep it simple, you could just like make an oath to conquest over evil, which is what the Order of Gauntlet does.
So yeah, we'll see.
Well, that's the idea. I'm not sure I have to go to the gauntlet itself or not, or it's just like,
No.
don't worry about it. It's like, okay.
You
okay.
don't need to go anywhere. You just need to believe in said oath. So, you being your character, it's not hard to say that you take the time this morning to knuckle down in your beliefs.
Okay. And beyond that, my character will be like, just twirling his thumbs, like,
Like, you've seen the corruption in the city, and you're like, I need to stomp this out.
You
I need to
like we
defend
literally went
myself
around
for
murdering
this
devils in
cause.
some. We went around murdering devils in some person's basement. Like, it's
Yeah.
very easy to see what's happening in the city.
Yep.
Yeah.
oh yeah, but I know, like, role-playing wise, I'm like, I don't think my character has much to do other than just, I don't know, hang out with somebody who needs it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But I also know, like, my character is not very disguisable either, so.
I was gonna see about going
alright,
on a shopping trip.
Whilst we'll split the group up into three. As I said before, the guys going. You've got Mark heading to Marquette. We've got James heading off to the upper city, and the Hune family, and those people will be staying back in the Elsong Tavern. Those, as the two groups, who are heading off elsewhere. Those people who are staying in the Elsong Tavern, I know it's Felix. Anyone else?
I was maybe gonna go
yeah,
try
I'll
and
explore.
shopping.
Okay, we'll say like halfway after the next period, you can.
And
You'll go
frankly,
up and find
we
your own
could
thing.
go and collect that bounty. We've got an ear.
We
Well,
could.
that's the because you guys have there's the ear.
Yep.
I know they said they'd be moving away from the elf song last time we talked to them, but
In which case, we can just say like, when we were all like in the room together, like whoever was going to go turn in the bounty, like Agnes could just give them Thaddeus's ear.
Mm-hmm.
So as everyone starts parting off into their own directions, a small period of time, probably about half an hour to an hour-ish, happens within the tavern. You start to really knuckle down into whatever tasks that you've beset yourself.
Close your
at
roll to
this
hit.
stage,
Yep.
Before the
But yeah, if I can
without
find like
warning
a
slams
plus
open, and you
plus
see
one
standing in the
bow,
doorway,
or
Torino,
I mean, my bow isn't bad.
actually.
the least subtle spy master.
My bow isn't
before we
horrible.
actually leave Eldon, we'll
I
check
could,
out,
like I said, find a magical bow, another magical bow,
Cool. But Torino
or some
does still
armor,
burst into the door
or
and
at
go,
least some armor.
"What did you do?"
Yeah.
I wonder what, like into our
It's not
room
like-
door or into the tavern door?
Into the room door.
Oh,
And this is before everyone takes off.
This is after everyone has taken off.
So it's just me, it's just new, and who else?
it's everyone who's in the tavern.
Og was
Yeah.
there.
And
Oh.
myself. And Agni.
So everyone's still here. Okay.
He'll just shout back, "There's no way you didn't hear what we did. Come and sit down, have a drink."
I think we all need drinks after this. And she steps into the room and she closes the door behind her before she sits down, has a stiff drink. Tell me everything. A lot has happened in this last 24 hours, and Ray is currently moving from place to place as it is currently.
What isn't there to tell?
Lots of demons. Way to kill the demons.
Lucky you. Everybody looking for you is looking for somebody else now.
Well, in some ways, I have some good news, and I've got some good news at least. I will say.
Well, that's good.
But, please please catch me up. Do you catch her? Tell me the details of which you tell her for what has transpired within the villa. You don't have to say it in character. You can just literally tell me what you tell her. And
I assume we're going to toss the ear on the table. We might want to bring that to Rhea specifically, but I'm sure she's a good in-between.
Start with that. Potentially.
We killed Thaddeus Krieg.
He was a strange individual from what I was told.
You can definitely say that.
It's a shame it had to come to this, but not unexpected.
But the things that were going on there were very unpleasant and unexpected.
Unexpected how?
Well, there were some things from, we'll say, not from this, not from here. Things that I've seen, I've fought. Nothing I'd ever see outside of Avernus.
She stops and thinks for a sec. You mean demons?
Exactly.
Now that's interesting.
You're telling me.
Thinking to herself a little bit. There have been weird sightings of imp-like creatures around the city. Maybe there's more stock to that than we thought.
Let's hope not.
Indeed. Rhea asked you to look into a cube previously. Did you find one, or have you heard anything about it?
Agma's specifically not going to say anything.
Agni's gonna.
Isn't Agma the one holding the cube too?
It killed me. I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you're the one who wanted to try to open it again at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
So the person holding it is staying quiet.
We found a lot of things there. A lot of disturbing things.
Roll, actually, give me a second. Okay. Cool. Well, it's a shame that it was lost.
I don't know what that's for.
It's a shame it's lost. It would have been very good to know what was contained within. And she sort of just stares a little bit into nothingness. Anyway, some good news. Liara Portier has returned. She seems to have been, as I'm sure you've heard from the cries this morning, but now she seems to have been whipping the Flaming Fist back into shape. Things are looking a little bit better for us.
We did hear a little.
I believe that Rhea is seeking a meeting with Liara, but we'll see what comes out of that. in the near future. I would also, in the meantime, there were some people found who came out of the villa last night, some of which were singing your praises, and others of which were filleting you over a fire. There is definitely some interest, I believe, from the Fist to find out what has happened. And the Watch
Frankly,
themselves, seeing
I'm
as they're under
surprised
their
they weren't
guard.
all
I wouldn't
negative.
say that you're in too much danger, but at the same time, I would still be on your guard. They're probably not going to. Well, I actually no, I don't know.
So it's best to stay low.
We didn't expect to get away with it.
I didn't expect such a loud raid on the villa, and neither did Rhea. So currently, things are very precarious. We'll with
Above game, to be
Rhea
fair, neither did
seeking
we.
out a meeting with Liara, there are going to be some things that will be coming out very soon, and I will keep you all informed. I take it you will not leave this room if you can help it.
Only if we need to.
Keep it that way. I will come to you soon with more news. And as she looks around the rest of the room, whatever party members that are elsewhere in the city, when they return, keep them here. Let Rhea and I sort out this mess. You have done enough already.
The beer's here. Why would we leave?
Indeed. It's good beer, isn't it?
There's a singing ghost elf lady.
Yes, there is indeed. and on that note, she shares a couple of beers with you, a couple of stories here and there, shared back and forward as you guys pass the rest of the day before she disappears back out into the wilderness of the city. For you, Mark.
Maybe the most talkative Tarina has been.
Lore time.
Yeah, most of the time Tarina has been deferring to Rhea, so actually having Tarina by herself is
Interesting, to say the very least.
Yes.
She has consistently been real loud when she talks, though.
Yeah.
Kicking down doors, shouting across pubs.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't shout across the pub. She walked through the pub, up to the room, somehow knew what room we were in, and kicked in the door. And whether she paid Alan for that information, or she kicked in multiple bedroom doors to find us, we will never know.
Tarina is a person of interesting means. Let's just leave it at that.
What were you saying about me, Andrew?
So, Mark, we'll cut over to you as you make your way to Lord Marquette's estate. You know where it is, so you don't need to roll too much in order to
Do I
get
get harassed?
But I will say,
Because I am in very opulent, like
you are
striking armor.
You are very opulent, and because of that, roll a deception check as you pass through the gates into the upper city. With advantage.
Ooh, I need that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You waltz straight through. The watch don't even hold you up, as surely only a noble of Baldur's Gate would wear such fantastic finery about you.
They don't stop rich guys. It's company policy.
Ain't that the truth?
That it is.
Ain't that the truth, though?
It
Yeah,
also
you're
helps
able to
the
waltz
fact
right
that
in. I need a
literally the
token.
day.
Be
I was
right
gonna
back,
say,
guys. I need to grab
literally
something.
the day before, there was someone prancing around in armor in the upper city.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
You did go for a strut, didn't you?
I did. I was strutting my stuff, baby.
All right.
I straight
You
forgot he
find
did that.
yourself at the gate of
It's like
Lord.
something that seemed so minor, but now he's just able to walk into the upper city and no one bats an eye.
That's why I did it. Why I did it, baby.
You find yourself by yourself, by the way, at the gates to Lord Marquette's estate. The gates are Still, they are guarded by 2 personnel at the front. Although unlike before, where there was a decidedly depressing atmosphere to the estate, it now seems to be in a much livelier attitude about it. You see behind the gates various servants rushing around trying to get a few things in a more presentable state than it was before. Although literally just a couple of pruning of hedges that didn't actually need pruning, various other sorts of things, just things to keep themselves busy, but also to make it known that the Lord is back. We're happy. It's times as usual again.
Boss is
So
back with
Xenophon
big-
can gather that Lord Marquette, I'm sorry, I got the hiccups, is a good lord, right?
Your experience with him from your
It's
background
shitty.
has been shitty. There is your brother's interaction with him is, I wouldn't say shitty, but definitely better than yours has been. You have no idea what he is actually like, though, overall. I will allow you to make a insight check from the
Well.
various demeanors from various individuals that you have seen. Yeah, you wouldn't have a clue. Sorry.
Cool. The guards, is there like 2 guards and they're side by side and they're like on each
They're
side?
on either side of the gate. So
Got it.
think of like 2 stone pillars on either side of this barred gate.
Yeah,
They're standing in front of the 2 pillars.
Xenophon is gonna walk up to the gate and he's just gonna let himself in. Not even introduce himself. He's doesn't give a fuck.
One of the guards literally looks up at you and is about to stop you before he recognizes you and just lets you in.
Thanks,
As you
asshole.
pass, however, he does say, your brother and the Lord Marquette have been expecting.
Fight me, and I just keep walking.
Indeed.
Xenophon really is just a shameless asshole, and
Yeah.
I love it.
I think you did almost the same thing last time.
Yeah.
The difference
He did.
between him and Atlas is like
Atlas is a noble and Xenophon's a
Oh
farm boy.
yeah,
That's the
he's
difference.
He's a cunt. Atlas sucks. He's the worst.
I do like how much I hate every one of your characters. It's beautiful.
Really? Oh, come on. You don't hate Xenophon. Come on.
You
Alright.
are really able to make
But I
the most
love to hate
unlikable people.
It's
You're really good
Alright.
at making unlikable people.
Thank you.
All right.
passionate
So
hatred
you make
is
your
still
way.
passion.
You make your way into Lord Marquette's estate. And who would you like to try attempt? Who would you like to go see first? Lord
Brother
Marquette
first.
or your brother?
Obviously, his brother first.
Your brother first.
Yeah.
All right. So you do remember the way to the barracks / infirmary that your brother was in, and without any issues, you find yourself face to face with your brother, who is still in bed. Bandaged
The
up,
part about
but
Atlas-
looking decidedly more lively.
the difference with
than he
Atlas
was
and
before.
Xeno.
As you do approach the door to the room, you did see a couple of runners coming in and out, but now that you're in the room, he is currently alone.
David.
Hmm?
He says his brother's name. Sorry, I'll try to talk louder. It's
No.
hard
I'm
with his
going to
voice.
turn you up so I can actually hear you
Oh,
properly.
Okay. He says David. Like
Xena?
you see, Xenophon
Xena?
is gonna Xenophon takes off his hands go up and they stop for a minute, and then he takes off his helmet and he tucks it under his arm, and you can see the short hair is slick with sweat, and it's just stuck along the side of his face and forehead. And he walks over and he kind of sits next to his brother, and he's gonna kind of take with his empty arm. He's gonna put a hand on his brother's shoulder. And
How's everyone
say,
doing, by the way? I
Doing
know
alright.
I keep asking, but I just appreciate everyone here,
don't know
and I
what
want to
you
know that I
did,
appreciate you.
but I'm
So
surprised you're still alive.
let me know how your weekend's going.
Listen,
How's your day going?
when you've been around
Things
the
like that.
block like I have,
I appreciate everybody,
kinda hard to go.
by the way.
He sort of just smarts to himself before he punches you in the arm. You're like, oh!
No, he hits my armor, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh fuck yeah!
Sort of like just a gentle little
Thunderbolt
shot
discharge.
more than he thought. He's like, ah, shit.
Xenophon is going to, smile, and then he gets serious, and he goes, "What are you gonna do after? What's your end game, Dave?"
Ooh,
He sort of looks away.
Yeah, that's
like
what I've
there's
heard.
Whatever.
There's a lot of rain
happiness
going on down there.
seems to have bled a little
Hope,
bit as he sort of
hope
takes stock of the
it's
question
kind of calms
you've just
down here for
asked.
you guys.
He goes,
Um,
I want
that
to
quiver
stay.
ring sounds great.
Xenophin, he puts the helmet down and he has like this sarcastic smile, like he just heard the dumbest thing.
I
He
would
leans
be
back
so
forward and
happy
he
with
goes,
that.
"And how? Can you even stand? Look at yourself."
The medics tell me I'll be up and about in
Well,
2
good to
weeks.
hear.
And then what?
And then I take control of the
I'm very
state's
glad
guards.
that your weekend is going well.
I am, with the Lord returned and his known contributions of what I've done, I'm being promoted, Zeno. I'm becoming his head of Dust Guard.
Listen, I'm not here to shit on your parade. I just saved your boss's fucking ass. Okay? If anyone's getting a promotion here, it's me, okay? Let's cut the bullshit. Secondly, what about Pa? Okay, he's not a young man anymore.
Pa and the farm and the family are not going anywhere.
You don't know that. War is around the corner. I don't know if you've noticed. Look at your injuries. Did you get that winning a Nobel Peace Prize?
What's the
What's the
Nobel Peace Prize?
A Neverwinter
I
Peace
knew
Prize.
somebody would say it, so I
Yep.
didn't have
Yes,
to.
a Neverwinter Peace Prize, yes. Here's the thing.
No, I found something
That's canon, by the
better
way.
and greater than myself. If I can't devote myself to it, then what use am I?
Here's Xenophin takes out his sword, throws it on his brother's lap, and he stands up and puts the helmet on his head, and he goes, "All right, strike me. Strike me right now."
I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
He looks down at his bandaged arm. He says, I can't do that.
That's my point. Okay? Look at me. I'm just a dude in armor. You are much scarier things out there, and you're not ready for them. Do you understand? Yes.
I
I
somehow doubt that.
I saved Lord Marquette. I didn't do it using fancy words. I went in there with that sword, and I got him out.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
You're a very aggressive pep talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scary point that started with "I'm a man in a can."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch as David sort of goes to say something and then bites his tongue.
Xenophin is gonna. Yeah, sorry.
No, keep going.
Yeah, Xenophin is gonna he's gonna soften a little. This is his brother, his adopted brother, but obviously his brother. And he's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and he's going to look at him dead in the eye, helmet off, and he's gonna say, "You're not cut out for this." Okay? Lord Marquette was captured once. Who's to say it's not gonna happen again? And sure, you can die for your country, you can die for him, and what does it matter? He didn't give you anything.
On the contrary, as a voice cuts through from the doorway, as you look over, you see Lord Marquette standing there.
What did he say?
I believe that with David in charge, my life would be never in a worse state than it has been previously. You, sir, have done a very good service, and to that extent, more than your father has, and I hold your family in very high regard.
Don't compare me to my father. First of all, we're two different people. Second of all, what was David's above game? What was David's action? Was he just a regular lowly infantryman, or was he the personal bodyguard of Boris? Because this will affect what Xenophin says.
He was a guardsman for Lord Marquette. With the service and performance of what he had attempted to do during the protection of Lord Marquette and his abduction, Lord Marquette personally witnessed, and the fact that he survived, Lord Marquette is elevating him to his position.
I think he was saying because I heard you say Boris. I think you're saying like what Boris did for Marquette, like
Yeah.
what your dad did, or are you asking what David did?
No, what David did, because like what
Okay.
Boris did was like that's like in the past. Like
I was
this is
about to
more
say,
relevant. Yeah,
I
this is way more
wasn't sure
relevant.
what you were asking because you said both names and not Marquette, and I was confused.
David, you know, I love you. I don't know how to say this nicely, but you're gonna die here if you serve that man. And maybe you're okay with that, but I'm not.
So what would you have me do?
Go back home. You're not cut out for this. This is tough love. Okay, brother?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, shitty. Oh, boy.
Lord Marquette walks into the room. I owe you my life. There's no two ways around that. There is no shuffling around it. You have performed an admirable service, you and all of your family. If you wish, you may take your brother from here.
David,
Any
Xenophon.
debt will be settled.
Xenophon looks to
To
his
make sure
brother,
my drink
he
was
looks back
filled,
to Lord
guys.
Marquette, and he says, "A moment with him, the Lord." And he says, like the Lord, sarcastically.
Because you can't play D&D without a nice drink.
A
He
moment.
looks down at
Well, you can, but
David. He looks back at you, and he
just makes things
says
a little
to
more
both
fun.
of you, think about it.
I think.
But the choice is yours. And he looks pointedly at you at Zeno. And he walks out.
Xenophon, it's pretty tense.
Oops.
So he's gonna put the helmet down. He's gonna take the sword that is still on David's lap that he like unceremoniously threw at him. He's gonna take the sword. He's gonna put it back in his scabbard, and he's gonna sit down and he's kind of like lean on his elbows. You know.
Hope you guys are enjoying
saving your lord.
the campaign, the game, our interactions, the fun.
I was doing it for you. That's the difference.
He looks to the side before he starts chuckling, and he can't help himself. He's like, I just had the worst thought.
Hit me, come on! Don't hide from me.
Our father is
drink some water.
The same. He almost died for Lord Acton too. It seems our families are inextricably intertwined with keeping him alive.
Not even your birth brother, but it just seems just the run of the family.
Oh, good.
Listen.
Good.
I understand that when you take I'm not a fool. When you take this job, you're not going to be the sweet farm brother I grew up with. Obviously, this is a career position. You're going to be a career soldier, and it's possible you're going to die a career soldier. Are you okay with this? Can you look inside yourself and know that some horror that hides in the darkness could come out and tear you in half, and there's nothing you could do about it? This is the life you're signing up for. If you say yes, I'll give you this sword. And Xenophon has he rattles the short sword. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
David is decidedly quiet.
Oh no!
David is being decidedly quiet.
Oh no!
He's thinking over a lot of things of what you're saying and what he's thinking about.
Xenophon is going to take a moment. Hold on, I'm gonna get my character sheet up. He is going to, because I did have a long rest. He's going to. You see, he stands up and his eyes just glow brilliantly because the helmet would usually hide it. and there's like just this flash of brilliant orange light, and these ethereal swan wings kind of sprout out from his back. And he looks at his brother, and he says, I don't want to take away your destiny. If your destiny is to serve Lord Marquette, then so be it. But I am destined to fight the darkness. Look at me. And he like stands back and like you see
David's
like
looking at you. He is bright, wide-eyed as this
Yeah.
display of power that you're showing right now.
I think this is the first time Xenophon's done this in front of his family.
Yeah. His dad kind of had an idea like this is an angelic figure, but yeah. This is who I am. And this is who you are. You are David, humble son of Boris, and my beloved brother. And I love you dearly. And I do not want you to die for a lord who doesn't give a fuck about you.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Wow.
These persuasion
Damn.
checks are just progressively getting better and better.
Uh-huh.
Persuasion.
He's making some solid argument, and he's glowing.
He is. Yeah, and it's the and he's glowing.
Right.
David sort of looks down, closes his eyes, and he opens them. Says, "Tell Lord Marquette for me."
I know, guys, that this is a lot of RPing and
I
a
will
lot of just
return
listening into, but yeah, we will
And
we'll
Xenophon
eventually get all
kisses his
together,
brother,
hopefully,
on the cheek and
and
pulls him
see
into,
what
like, a
we'll see
tight
what
hug.
happens.
And as he pulls him in for the tight hug, the swan wings kind of like overlap and they hug David as well.
Oh! Ah! As he
Come on,
sort of
you're
groans in pain
just take it.
before you hear a chuckle come from David. He sort of, as he hugs you back, is a case of, I wanted to do this the first time I saw you here. And he
Me
hugs you
too.
tighter.
Xenophon is like he's fighting tears, like as like you can see like the orange, just like the orange yellow hues of like the tears kind of like darkening the rims around his eyes as he pulls his beloved brother in for a tight hug.
Mm-hmm. As he releases you, he goes back to his pillow.
You guys know where your
Xenophon-
family is.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you. Xenophon kisses his brother on the forehead, and he goes, "This is for the best. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, David. Thank you." And Xenophon will take the short sword that he left on his lap, put it back in his scabbard, and the wings go. He takes his helmet, puts it back on his head, and just like goose steps his way out that door straight to Lord Marquette.
Yep. You find Lord Marquette in his study. The servants around the house happily guiding you to the appropriate door.
I don't know if you guys will hear this, but he knocks.
Yep. You you hear a come in.
Lord
the
Marquette
door
comes
opens
in.
to a study.
Lord Marquette, he walks in. Sorry. Xenophon walks in. He closes the door
You see
behind
Lord
him.
Marquette sitting behind a lovely mahogany table. There is a couple of bookcases around containing tomes from various topics, most of which you are not acquainted with. There is a chandelier overhead, just nicely lit, casting a subtle but nice, gentle light within the room. He is currently perusing a scroll on his desk.
What you reading?
I am catching up with the state of things since my imprisonment.
May I? And Xenophon kind of like gestures to the seat.
Roll it up. Oh, to the seat? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I just want to ask, can I sit down? I have to roll persuasion to sit down? Damn!
No, roll an intelligence check. Do you remember how to sit down?
Xenophon tried to get involved in politics.
Yeah. I become the next Donald Trump. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god, it's Lord Marquette Jr.
So,
Fuck off.
yes, he sort of just gestures a little bit. He gestures to the chair, to the
Xenophon,
to an open
yeah,
chair, and
he sits down
he
and
sets
he
his scroll aside.
oh, this isn't that important. This will take maybe a minute.
I would
tops.
say that it is. You have performed me a great service. It would be a disservice to you if I did not give you my full attention.
Well,
You and your family both.
I appreciate that. Those are mighty fine words. They sweet like apple pie.
Before you start, I will say this one thing, or maybe
Shoot.
a few things.
Give her.
Your family has attempted to give its life to me 3 times over by now, and at each stage, somehow through all odds, you have managed to stay alive and keep alive that would have killed lesser men. You swans are probably the best retainers I could ever have on call. You are dogged in your pursuits, and you are tenacious. There is nothing I would not give in order to keep you on retainer.
Xenophon kind of like crosses his arms and like, cause he's a farm boy, so like for the first time you got like some slick oil salesman like giving him like this. Yeah, he folds his arms and he's like really like thinking over the words, and he lifts his visor up, and he goes, I officially I am a swan, but I'm adopted. I don't know my real father. I count Boris, Pa, as my dad. He will always be my dad. I will always love him more, even if I encounter my dad. Here's the thing. You got a drink? Can I have a drink? You got something for me to drink?
He sort of looks at you and he pulls out a drawer and he sets in front of you a bottle.
Yeah, give me the good stuff.
It's unmarked.
Oh no! You know what
Unlabeled.
Xenophon does? You know what Xenophon does? He reaches in his bag and he pulls out the great wine that he stole, that he got from his And
Okay.
he says, he goes, "We're gonna have the good stuff. This is a long time coming." And
This is
Xenophon,
good stuff.
you know it, especially because it was free. And
You watch
Xenophon
as you each pour each other a drink.
You pour the wine, he pours mysterious
Yes!
alcohol,
Fuck yes,
probably
yes,
moonshine.
man.
Do you drink it?
I smell it. What does it smell like?
It smells strong.
Okay. So is it like
No
oak? Is there like vanilla?
There is no like scent of berries or vanilla or any. It's just
Alcohol.
curiously absent of a scent, but there's like what you do pick up smells.
Like, does it smell like good whiskey or like whatever it is?
It just smells strong.
There's nothing in it, but
Just
your
100%
nostrils are getting hot.
100%.
100 proof.
Xenophon, he pours him a very generous glass. By the way, he doesn't go easy on him.
No.
Xenophon, after he pours him a glass, he corks the bottle and he sets it onto the side, and he reflects for a minute. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the Sirenscape. I thought that noise was freaking me out. I'm sorry. I was tripping balls. I'm like, where is that coming from? Xenophon will pick his glass and he'll hold it up towards Lord Marquette.
Okay, so you take the one that Lord Marquette poured for you?
Yeah, of course. I'll take the one Lord Marquette poured for me.
He takes the one you poured for him.
Yeah. Yeah, Xenophon is going to... Xenophon... Oh, fuck. I can't... You guys are fucking plan. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Xenophon doesn't know.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. I'm kind of good at
That's
those.
still not an answer. He could just be getting drunk.
This is true.
It's strong. It is unlike anything you've had before. It seems to be tasteless, but as it slides down the throat, you get the subtle taste of like a berry or something, but it leaves you decidedly warm wherever it travels down your throat.
Yeah.
Before you cough.
Get it.
Meanwhile, Lord Marquette chuckles. It's acquired taste.
He
It's
gave really
it's
strong
from
liquor
my
and you just poured him wine.
it's from my own distillery in the basement.
My sister is. Oh, God, sorry, it's killing my throat. My sister actually, she makes whiskey, homemade whiskey. Yeah, some of the good shit. Listen, we can bandy pleasantries all day, but let's get right into it. I don't want to die for you. That's the long short of it. You know, I grew up just this little boy with stars in his eyes. I had a little bunker that I would like build armor with when my dad wasn't looking and when I had free time for my chores. And then one day you came and took Dave away. And it hurt. Listen, I almost died for you. And that hurt less than when David left. At the end of the day, David isn't going to be with you. He's going to be with his family. He's going to be with people that love him. He's getting this. I gather he's getting this promotion because he survived. Not necessarily because you like him or because you think he deserves it, but he survived. Or it's just some perverted way to get comfortable with me. I don't know what your end game is. Like, what do you give a shit about Boris? He served his time.
I was promoting him because he proved he was worthy of the position. I do not put people in positions that they are unworthy of, and whether or not that means that they have to prove themselves, especially in matters of life and death, and that is exactly the case.
You're telling me this is a meritocracy, all of it? Come on. Come on. We're honest men. We're drinking here. Let's be honest with
I am
each
honest.
other.
I would not trust my life
You are
with someone
stubborn.
who is
You are not
cowardly.
honest.
I would not trust my life with someone who is cowardly and who hides in his office. At least your brother, I know, would stay exactly where he stays.
Trusting
And
my
would
life with
stand by
complete
me.
strangers that hate me. And here I fucking am. So now what? Lord Marquette. Here's the deal. He's not staying with you. Now,
I have
you can
accepted
fight me on it and you'll lose this fight.
No,
Or
I have accepted the fact he is going with you.
have you?
I
Because
have.
I tell you what, if I find out, if I get a whiff that you're sneaking around that farm looking to enroll one of my brothers or sisters, I'll come fucking back here. I showed up as an angel for my brother, and I'll show up as the goddamn devil for you.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh shit.
That's actually a really good fucking line. I was not expecting that to come out of your mouth. Holy shit. I'm just gonna make a note of that because I have a note sheet for each character. I'm just gonna make a note of that for yours.
Shit, thank you.
He
Oh man.
loses some of his candor.
Yeah.
Before he looks at you as out of respect of you and your family. I'm going to treat this as merely an emotional outburst. In my house, you will respect me. That being said, when your brother is healed, I will send him to your family.
He will come.
Any
If you're not sending him, he's coming. Let's get one thing straight.
If I may finish. Any terms of agreements, any contracts or other outstanding debts are now paid in full.
Paid in full.
You will not, your family will not be bothered by us again unless you approach first, or whoever member that is. Your brother will go home with a message saying as such, keeping in mind that due to your service and the service of your family, if there is at any stage that they need my assistance for that, something that is within my realm of possibility to give, once only, then it will be granted. And he
Xenophon
looked
kind
back
of like,
down at he now
yeah.
looks back down at his desk as a clear dismissal.
Xenophon is going to kind of reflect, and he's going to lean in, and he's just going to say, "This is the last time you recruit young boys to fight your fucking wars." And he's gonna like stand up, take just close the visor to his helmet, and walk out.
All right, leaving the wine where it is.
Oh, Xenophon is gonna take the wine and then offhandedly say, "Your liquor shit," and then he's gonna walk out the door.
Because of course he does. Because of course
Yeah.
he does.
Oh, yeah.
This is moonshine. Come on.
Yep.
Of course.
In my own private distillery, so
you
you're
go
making
back-
illegal alcohol. Okay.
Do you make down to your brother, or do you leave the estate?
He's gonna go to his brother. He's gonna pop in and he's going to say, "Listen, I smoothed everything over. Him and I are on perfect good terms. He couldn't be any happier. Dad's
You
gonna
hear
see you
a
home."
dull chuckle from David from his bed coming. I think everyone heard your very plain conversation.
Trust, it's all good, Dave. I smooth things out with my silver tongue. You know me. Come on.
Oh, Xenophon
I'll
Silver Tongue.
I'll see you home one day, brother. And he's gonna kiss his brother on the cheek and walk out.
Okay.
Oh, and as he walks by, he's gonna give like one of the guards like a locker room slap on the ass and just like keep walking down the street.
Okay.
Cool. That's it.
All right.
Great.
So, James.
Yes. Are you gonna make me roleplay getting the materials for the sending stone or getting the sending stones, or are you just gonna let me tick that off and just go to Humes?
You can
Either
go
way, I'll do it. I just want to know what you want to do.
You can go straight to the Hunes. I say that you do find the. Actually, quick, roll me a. Do you go to the Sorcerer's Sundries, or do you attempt to find somewhere else?
Attempt to find somewhere on the way to the Sorcerer's Sundries, and if I don't find anything, I'll just go in.
Okay. You've kept your eye out, but the items the items that you think you require, they're not of the quality that they're not of the quality that you're after. You do find your way to the Sorcerer's Sundries. You speak with a familiar to you. You have been here before. The Drow. I need to quickly pull up her name. Actually, no, I
A
don't.
note for her, so.
Yeah, you talk with her. You do grab whatever materials that you do need. Mark off. Let's say.
Is she Kyrian?
Say again.
Yeah, Alchemist and Baldur's Gate. There she is. Kierman Kalineth.
Yeah, I literally just got it then. Yeah, Kyrian Kalanen. Oh,
Yeah,
Kalanen.
no, I forgot that I do have a note for her. It just says Alchemist in Baldur's Gate, but I do have a note for her.
Yeah, specifically an arcane supply shop, not so much an alchemist. It's a one-stop shop, specifically on this side of the house. So you can mark off, let's say, 2 gold pieces for the materials that you do need. The materials.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
parts. It's like you can go down to a shop and buy screws.
Yeah. So I'll just mark off 2 gold and put materials for sending stones in my sheet.
Pretty much.
Pleasure doing business as always, Kyrian.
Say again?
It was a pleasure doing business as always, Kyrian.
Indeed. Do say hello to your father for me. It has been such a long time since he has graced my presence.
He's been quite busy. You know me. I've always kind of been here in his stead.
Indeed. And she,
The Fairhouse family wishes you well.
in her drow-like way, she sort of just turns and goes back to looking at her
kind of
notes.
with the like dismissive wave on the way out, and like kind of bringing the now like kind of jaded eyes over Agnes with him, like, "Oh, the Fairhouse family wishes you well," and just dips before any more conversation can ensue.
But of course, is her reply. So, you do make your way also to the upper city. You do hear some talk about some ostentatious noble in resplendent plate armor that had crossed through this gate not half an hour hence.
Without any words, Alden just groans and like pinches the bridges and he's like, "God, fuck."
As you do approach, one of the guards will stop you. Halt, or what's your business?
I am here on behalf of the Fairhouse family. I request an audience with Madam Hume.
No, this is at the upper city. Like the gate to the upper
city gates?
Yeah, the city gate. Upper city gate.
Alden will take
Spies, murmurs, descending stones. Is that a spell? Or I don't think I've heard of that one.
I just wish to return home. I had a long night at the tavern.
Or just...
He looks at it, looks at you. Roll a performance or
performance or persuasion?
Performance or persuasion check.
Okay, I have equal things in both. You never said, did I get inspiration from recap or no?
You can have it.
Okay, I'll just use that inspiration now, and I'll roll persuasion.
It must be bad.
I only have a +1 to both of them.
Fair enough.
Just looking.
I had a long night at the tavern, so did my sister. She's a little off, hungover. I just wish to get home and rest.
And are you using your inspiration or not?
I did, in fact, use my inspiration for that advantage, yes.
That's right, it just gives you advantage, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, that's why I asked. It's not just like, oh, you succeed. I think that was second ed.
He gives you a long look before he gestures you inside.
Can Alden insight that look?
Interesting.
Sure.
Interesting. That's that would be nice. If you had those.
Another 13. Man, if only this was Pelagius.
Yeah, no kidding.
You gather that this person has seen quite a few disguises in his time, but you don't seem to match up with the telltale marks.
Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. So from what I can gather, I'm all good.
At least in this instance.
Yeah.
He knows.
That is nice.
It seems like he's.
That is really nice.
That something is fishy, but it's not because of a known disguise method.
Yeah. Alden will wave. He said, "Oh, good day," and he'll.
Spies murmur. Headpiece.
Yeah. You watch as the guard watches you leave before he goes back to his duties. So, you find yourself.
You can hear everything. That creature can hear everything that you hear.
Specifically, it is similar to your house, actually, where it is literally a door.
As a bonus action, you can allow that creature to hear everything you hear for an hour.
Just a doorknob.
Interesting.
On the door itself.
That is nice. That is really cool. It's an uncommon, wondrous item. Interesting.
A door opens. Hello. May I help you?
Hello, I am here on behalf of the Fearhill family. I wish to speak with Madame Hugh. Is she available?
Madam Hume is currently in the middle of a meeting currently in the meeting with a captain of the city watch, but you may wait for her in the waiting room to the side. If you will please follow me.
Of course.
And he gestures you inside.
Question: is there a? I had a terribly long night last night. Is there like I went to the tavern? Feel like I shouldn't have to explain that more. Is there a bathroom I could use really quick?
There is a place to powder your nose just through here, and he gestures toward a small side room. Coincidentally, opposite the waiting.
Hey, Drakus. Thanks for appreciate you hanging out and enjoying the story. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, man.
During the last long rest, and I am just going to essentially just to give me advantage, and I'm just going to listen for when the captain of the watch leaves.
Okay.
Or until like 5 minutes passes, whichever comes first, because I don't want to be in there too terribly long.
So do you attempt to try and listen in to what is being said or not?
Yeah, I'd say like in listening for when he leaves, I'd kind of like try to glimpse some of the conversation.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
With Thistle assisting. Still very bad.
Muffled voices. There are two voices, however, that you do hear. One is male, and the other is a very familiar female tone to it. Both having a candor typical to nobles. Very familiar with that sort of.
Elden living in the upper city for most of his like. Not like formative years, but like for most of his like early like his preteen, like teenage and adult life, would he be able to like glean like past the noble pleasantries? Like, would he, the nature of the conversation, like is it hostile? Is it friendly?
With that perception check, you can't actually hear the proper conversation. You just hear the voices.
Okay.
And then they are muffled coming through.
Okay. Does like 5 minutes pass first, or does he leave?
On roughly about the 10-minute mark, the door does open, and you do hear the familiar tone of. A second, I was like, scroll back to everything. As Satia Theon Hume, she's states from within. And yes, it has been a very good conversation that we've had. I do hope that you are able to find the perpetrators for your investigation. The events of which you have spoken are a bit troubling, but as you can tell, they did save me and various others, so surely some leniency can be ascertained, can be gleaned from this. And you do hear the male voice return. We will see. Justice needs to be done, but first we need to have the whole picture as to what occurred. I believe I will report back to Liara, and we will see what happens. Before you hear heavy footsteps heading back down the hall.
After I can no longer hear those heavy footsteps, Alden will come out, look at the butler. I know I don't have to address them, but I will.
The butler was literally about to open the door when...
Terribly sorry. I had some very bad morning tea. So sorry about that.
Indeed.
Good day, Madam Hune.
I was gonna say, well, he sort of just looks across at Satia, who was standing in the doorway, with
Alvin's face going
somewhat
slightly red.
like sort of a sly smile on her face before she just waves the butler away, and she just looks at you expectantly, standing aside the doorway, waiting for you
Alvin
to
will
come
Alvin will grab Agnes and enter the room.
in. So, this is an unexpected pleasure of your visit. Just yourself and your sister, I believe.
Well, although they were in the lower city, I imagine you've heard the town crier.
Yes, I heard you went and saw that you went a little bit nuts. Personally, I would have made sure that there were no witnesses, but that is neither here nor there.
We did not do that.
It is the
We
situation of which we
tried.
live in now.
We tried. A group of 6 people is kind of much to handle. It wasn't as much although she was noble, it wasn't as much going crazy. There were literal devils in her basement.
Yes, I know. And the fact that you saved us from those devils have really saved our bacon.
Say the very least. So I know that you said you would provide some compensation. However, I would like to propose counter offer.
I'm listening.
And this did come to mind after the town crier. You have social sway, do you not? Like at least a decent the amount that any noble would have over the common people, right?
We have some resources. I wouldn't say me and my family are in any of a pulling state, but we have some contacts.
How believable and feasible do you think it would be for you? So we know that they are looking for a group of 6 people, and obviously you know exactly who we are, and you just spoke with the captain of the watch, so the feasibility could have drastically dropped. But of you possibly spreading rumor of just, I don't really care quite who it is, whether it be the Thieves Guild, some random group of mercenaries, you do you, of just some random group of 6 people, descriptions similar but not at all like us, kind of, to kind of take the suspicion off of us. I know I did overhear you were asking for some leniency, but only some, given current events, and even though Madame Portier is back, only so much can happen with the Flaming Fist in current times.
Well,
you understand why we did what we did, but obviously the city court won't do that. I just want to kind of take some pressure off of our backs. If you have any means of doing that.
So clearly you... Lord Aetvier, the captain of the city guard, who you are familiar with. That's Aeitiir. Lord Aetvier is currently trying to find you and your companions for Liara, but at the same time, there have, from the accounts of 2 well-known nobles and a guest of a reputable mage from Candlekeep, currently they are just trying to set the record straight.
Do you by chance know the name of this mage from Candlekeep?
Say again?
Do you by chance know the name of the mage from Candlekeep?
Of course, that's Silveria Silvacus. Or Savicus, sorry.
The French guy,
Cool.
yeah.
Of course it is.
But the,
and you
the
said it was her herself? You said it was her herself? She's in the city?
She isn't in the city. Her courier, her spy, is Mr. Fallister Fisk, who
yes,
helped
good old
escort us out from... it does lend him some clout in these sorts of matters, which he is trying to use to his best effect. Look,
as much as I will.
If you do, I'm going to lay a couple of options out to you. If you do happen to, if you do wish to clear the waters, unsully any name, let me know, and I will make a meeting with both Lord Eightvier and Liara Portier in person. With you or any of your compatriots, and we will sort out any disputes, any issues that have arisen. I do believe that they are in some good manner toward you and your group, although the town criers are more to let people know to be on the lookout so we can't.
The town criers are essentially the news people, saying that if they see us, we can report us.
Chat, I'm going to be right back. Pay attention. See what. Hopefully nothing crazy goes on. Hopefully I don't miss anything. But yeah, enjoy the story and the fun. So we'll be right back.
To set up this meeting, I would prefer that it be done in a neutral zone.
Of course.
Not under the not the Sea Tower of Bauldur, not a noble estate somewhere. Isolated, but not under the direct jurisdiction of anyone, kind of just like someone's own property.
I would launch it out of my own manor, if it so happens to be that way. Alternatively...
so that nothing's outstanding, we can act as this, your repayment, so that there's no outstanding clauses or anything like that.
I would also state my own reputation on a complete neutrality to this conversation, which means both parties go both ways, irrespective of whatever happens.
Thank you. I do know that my group's actions have been a little on the wild side, to say the very least, and I don't want...
It is a very delicate situation.
It is a very delicate situation, and I don't want my actions, mine and my sister's actions, to reflect poorly on Master Fieldhelm.
Alternatively, if you do not wish to go down this route, me and mine family will expend some of our resources to, smuggle you out of the city. You can put all of this behind you. You would be cutting ties with the various resources of the city, but chances are, with how things have been going, that would happen anyway. But that is hard to say why or how that would actually occur. But just let it be known to you and your cahoots that I can offer that service for you. I will also send along with you Mr. Fisk, who is also seeking to leave this city. And by all means...
Is Fallister in your estate, or is he just out and about the city?
Mr. Fisk is currently out in the city. His whereabouts to me, he is currently staying in one of my guest suites, but currently he is working his own means. It will not be such a large impulse to gather him.
I imagine I don't need to explain this, but you see exactly why, I'm trying to soften the blow. You personally understand why we did what we did.
I do.
I imagine
you have done a service to the city that the city cannot repay. However, the manner of doing that service is in question.
The issue. That is the issue. The city doesn't know. It's not that they can't repay. If the city doesn't know that a service has been done, it's seen as illegal action. Seen as vigilantism. And there's not really much I can do about that because we weren't acting under the jurisdiction of the Flaming Fist, nor were there reports officially about the devilish activity beneath Phantom Pavilion.
It is a very sensitive situation. The reason we do not announce, to my understanding, is the reason they do not announce the presence of demons and devils, especially within the estate of a noble of such known repute.
They don't want to cause
the city into chaos and would send people into chaos and would send the city into chaos, and that is something we cannot afford right now.
Hysteria is even harder to quell than criminal.
Indeed.
Listen, we're not talking about the butler. She doesn't know about the butler.
We left him in a closet.
She doesn't know about the butler.
What's this butler
Put
you
him on a
talk about?
leash.
I'm talking above game.
I do not know this.
Oh, great.
So anyway, from your candor, I take it you wish to talk in a neutral manner
I would wish
to understand the
talk in a-
situation for both parties.
I would wish to talk in a neutral manner, however, I would like to consult the rest of my group. Naturally, we are only 1/3 of the whole of this site that would be there. And there's also no I understand that Captain Atia has to be there. Of course, he's the captain of the guard. However, I would prefer if you would be able to deliver this in a way that he wouldn't come in a hostile manner. I know he just wants to set the record straight, but given at least the current reputation of the Flaming Fist, it's understandable to be a bit wary.
Well, how about this? I will send a report to Liara Portier, who is in charge of the investigation after the connection of the bathhouse and the Bantham Pavilla. I will send a report to her and request her presence and one other in a neutral manner to come to this estate this evening. If you and your companions can also be here. I will organize this as a neutral party to understand both sides without actions being drawn.
A neutral
Does
meeting,
this-
a neutral
does
meeting in
this-
a non-hostile setting would be pleasurable. Yes.
Yes. So if we are in agreement,
And obviously, like, I know that you said in the moment of like some kind of compensation, financial or otherwise, we'll count this as otherwise. I don't want to have any outstanding debts. This is more than enough. Thank you.
this is nothing for saving my life. I am willing to do this and more.
I mean, I won't complain if you choose more. I'm not going to say that you can't. Obviously, your will is your own. But that time will come when it comes.
Indeed.
Thank you for all of your assistance today, and I wish you the best.
I wish you a pleasant day.
And Al then will begin making his way back to Roland's estate with Agnes.
Okay. Everyone can have a quick 5-minute break or 10-minute break as required if you haven't already. As an official break.
Right.
That was a lot of fun, Andrew.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna take another quick 5-10 minute break. So
Yeah, it's fun. Oh, I love that. I love that shit.
we'll keep an eye, and we'll be back here
love that shit.
in a couple.
I live for it. Like, that's awesome. That's so much fun. Yeah. Thank you.
That was Hey guys, we're back. We're gonna hop back into yeah, we're gonna jump back into our game. So yeah, we'll get into it.
Is this the shape that you're after? I can adjust it slightly.
Oh my god, this is fucking hilarious.
Stop. Xenophon is going to, listen. I appreciate the effort. I am going to be in combat a lot, and the wings on this. Xenophon picks the shield up, and he like. He's such an idiot. He's gonna like take the shield and like, can you see this? And he's gonna like hold it over the armor. I carved the wings in the armor. It's a swan. It's a swan in the armor. It's not like I took the wings and I like glued them on the armor. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want that for you. I don't want that for us.
So, you don't want wings?
No, I think I could have done a better job, if I'm being honest. I appreciate the effort, first and foremost, but I'm better at this than you. I don't ever want you to forget that.
I have a deal for you instead. I will, every day, I will adjust the wings slightly until we find a pattern that we can agree on. Does that sound like an accord?
Oh
Sorry.
my god.
Oh god. Oh. This is so stupid.
Listen, if you're gonna make a devil deal over anything, let it be something that you care about, right?
I can't wait for whatever's in the shield to be TPKing us and talking to Xenophon about the wings that day.
Fuck. Can I do one more insight
I
on the
know I just
shield?
killed your entire group, but you like the
Absolutely.
wings.
Absolutely.
My god.
Also, Alex, I'll let you know, I have saved up over 2,000 channel points. I can redeem Hydrate as much as I
Perfect.
want.
Absolutely perfect.
God!
Couldn't have thought that.
Oh.
This shield seems to be trying to assist you in whatever of your endeavors.
This guy's pretty cool, huh?
I'm sorry, that natural one with the
Natural
negative.
zero. I'm
Fantastic.
sorry. Not natural zero.
Finish
How
your
do you
fucking
know?
drink, bitch.
How
I
do
just
you know,
redeemed it
sir?
3 times. Finish your fucking drink,
Alright.
bitch.
So, yeah.
Listen.
Screw you, Alex.
I love it. I think you're beautiful. What you do is
That's a
beautiful.
little much.
Thank you. You're
what
not
you-
so bad yourself.
You know what? I am pretty cool with the ladies. I'm not
There
gonna lie to
is-
you. You know, my dad was always jealous. Yeah. Anyways, what's your name?
I don't know. I think I've told you this before.
Yeah, but it's one-on-one now. The group isn't here. It's just you and me. There's nothing to hide. We're cool, right? I think you're pretty cool. I
Are
got
you
this
about to
feeling
give
about
the
you.
hidden lord a nickname?
Oh
yeah.
god.
I honestly cannot remember. There is gaps in my memory, possibly from the corruption that was trying to be done to myself from various holders throughout the ages. I have been imprisoned inside this shield for it seems like an age. I
have an
cannot
idea for when
remember.
we get back together.
Xenophon. Oh,
All I know is
Zen-
that people seem to call me the Hidden Lord, and that is the name I go by.
well, you're not hidden to me. I think we're both two cool dudes just getting to know each other. That's how I see it.
Well, if you ask me, it's more the people who hold me that are hiding, right? The Hidden
Yeah.
Lord? Yeah.
Yeah, I like you. I'm
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
give you a name. I'm gonna give you a name.
How about this?
Philip. How about I call you Philip?
Well, how about this? We adjust
Agnes.
How about this? We adjust it. Every day, I change my wings slightly to something that suits you, and every day you give me a new nickname that suits me. And if we don't like it, we change it the next day.
Listen.
That's a good devil deal, if any.
Listen,
Oh, yeah,
this is a really
perfect.
good deal. You're really good at bargaining. You know who you remind me of?
Who?
Lord Marquette, and I fucking hate that guy.
Oh, that ball bag.
And that guy, he's a
That
testicle.
guy. If you call me Marquette, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
How do you know him? How do you know him?
Oh, you took me to see him.
I saw that. You weren't there when he took David. How do you know him?
I'm not sure if you just heard that, but that was a loud crack of thunder.
No, we did
Didn't hear
not.
that. No, that's funny.
Anyway,
Listen, what's your end game? Listen, this is the last time I asked you, but this is between we're friends, right? I'm your friend.
my end game.
Say your friend. That's me.
Look, let me be frank. I have been inside this prison for a very long time, as I've just told you. My end game is to escape this prison. That is my end game. There is... No. There is one...
Xenophon, may I say something?
There is sort of a pull, but I don't know where it leads.
Xenophon is gonna put a finger on where he thinks the mouth is, and he's
Yep.
gonna just...
Sure.
Alright, just hear me out. If I were you, are you going to possess me? Yes or no? And I need you to be really truthful with me.
I do
Because
not
here's
have
the thing.
that power.
Here's the thing. I want you to be free, and I'm willing to help you. But if you have ill intentions for me, it's not going to go out well for you, because I'm surrounded by people who are pretty magical, and you're not going to win whatever, like, your ill intentions are. So you might as well just come clean with whatever bullshit you have.
He'll
I
never
have-
compliment us to his face, but like apart from the party, he will compliment his group.
Having grown very comfortable inside this prison of mine as much as one can, I can happily say that I do not possess the ability to possess or control others.
You know, you're in.
Everything that you do will be of your own volition.
Can I incite that? I'm like,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
After that crit fail insight, I feel like anything is better.
I know. I'm like, fuck. Oh my god!
You ready
Oh,
for
the
this?
duality of life.
You ready for
my-
this?
Yes.
He's being completely truthful.
Throw him on. I throw that shit on. I wear that shield, bro.
Listen,
I'm-
getting the completely truthful answer after a nat 20 is the best you can get, because then it's like, okay, well now I know that you're being truthful, I'm not just
It's
speculating.
100%. That's
Mhm.
all.
It's like, I know that you're not being a
possess you.
dick.
Yes, you know that he is being absolutely truthful. He cannot possess you.
Xenophon is going to be like, listen, I'm gonna wear you, but have it. I create the symbol. It's not gonna be just wings. There's gonna be a swan in it, okay? I'm Xenophon Swan.
And you keep going on and on and on about this whole screen going back and forward. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here forever.
Alright,
Please don't sit here spending the rest of the session bantering about the design of a swan.
Indeed.
Oh my god,
Find a
I
picture
wanted
that
to know
you
if
like.
that shield had it out for me or not the whole fucking time.
Anyone
Find
else?
a picture that you like, Control Z, Control V over the shield, over the shield, and that's all
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Real quick, I'd like to say, Elven half-truth rules here. He didn't say he wouldn't possess you if he had the power, he just said he didn't have the power.
Game. I'm game. I don't give a shit.
Listen,
He's my
devil
friend.
logic
Why
is a
don't
lot
we
like
care?
K logic.
He's
Devil
my
logic
friend.
is a
Yep.
lot like K logic, one is just more
Alright.
evil.
So, anyone
Get the
else
tab.
doing anything else before we quickly head over to roll and Feather Hill?
We all
Back at
heading
this
there, by the way?
mission As soon as the
Just
spawn
James,
begins.
it
Okay.
seems, unless he goes back and grabs any of his party.
He can grab me. I'm making friends with the shield.
I did, in fact, hear talk of a dude just like strutting around in really, really gaudy armor. If I come across him between like what I assume is up here where the Hewn estate is, I don't know where it actually is, and this dot, which is the Firahel estate.
Can you
If I find him
both-
somewhere,
Okay,
Hold on.
Mark, roll a straight d20, just a flat
Okay.
d20. I need James to roll a survival check. Yeah,
do I come across him?
you do come across him. The same ostentatious armor, a shield proudly emblazoned across his back as he's strutting his stuff.
Then, without like batting an eye, will like not even like walking up to Xenophon, will summon Thistle out of the crystal, send Thistle to Xenophon. Thistle will point at me and gesture to go to him, and then Thistle will fly back and retreat back into his crystal.
Listen, hey, Dick.
Alden's not dignifying you with a response. He told you to come along. If you don't want to, that's your choice.
You're fit out of luck, kiddo. Sorry. I have a new friend. I don't need you.
Alright.
If you don't want to come along, that's on you.
Shield are gonna go have a buddy movie and
I don't
not
have to.
invite.
That's all I'm just letting you know.
You don't have to, but are you?
Yes.
I'm going to be cutting things a little quickly here. If we can go
Okay, so it's
to-
Alden, Agnes, and Xenophon. He said he doesn't have to, but he is in fact coming along.
Yeah, I don't have to, but I am. Yeah.
There you go. So you find your way to the Firahel Manor. To the Azure Gleam Estate at Firahel Manor.
Firahel Manor. Alden and Agnes both still bear the Azure Gleam name because it's the name that they were born with, but they
As
do
you
still, but they consider
approach-
themselves part of the Firahel family.
Yes. As you start to approach the present, you start to notice, if you can roll me a perception check. All of you, if you want. Both you
I'm
and Mark.
sure. Yeah. Where do I find that shield? I'm gonna throw it in my inventory.
I'll give it to you a little bit later on.
Yeah.
It won't have any bearing on the rest of this session.
Cool.
But I'll let you know what it does and so on and so forth.
I can't
But
wait.
you will need to attune to it in order to get the full benefits. At the moment, it's just a straight shield.
I have to
Yeah,
sit there and
trust it.
craft sending. I have to sit there and craft sending stones anyway, so like you can just attune to it while I'm doing that.
Alvin, with a 17 perception, you do notice that the presence of the city guard, of the upper city guard, is getting heavier. And as
Like
you
specifically around Firahel Estate, or just in general in the upper city.
in general, and as you get closer to the Firahel estate, you start to see more and more until eventually, when you sort of peek around the corner into the courtyard present in front of the Firahel estate, there is an assortment of guards outside. Like literally, like just outside, there is what almost seems like an entire platoon just in the courtyard itself.
Do I see Roland with the guard, or do I just see like the guard in front of the building?
There is just there's a couple of guards in front of the building. There is a group of guards next to the statue out front, and then there is literally just heavy patrols around this area. You roll a perception check.
Roll another one.
Actually, no.
Or are you-
With your 17, I will say, you can tell from the manor's exterior, various smoke chimneys and so on and so forth, there is definitely still life inside. Who is within, you wouldn't be able to say, but that is literally what you see.
I want to take a piece of parchment, write a note saying, Roland, I need to speak with you as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Sign just AA. I'll sign AA twice for Alvin and Agnes. Give it to Thistle, and I want Thistle to try to sneakily bring it into the window that leads to Roland's office.
I need Thistle to have
To
a
roll a stealth. I figured as
check.
much. Yeah.
Signed.
Um,
Ah.
I believe yes. Thistle is proficient in stealth. Fuck. Thistle rolled off nat 4, so that's an 8.
It gets roughly halfway across the courtyard before guards start noticing, and then they start pointing, and then they pull out like a crossbow. One of them pulls out like a crossbow, and then just tracks it across, watching it sort of hit a window.
Like,
Once
Thistle
it hits
bounces
the
off.
win-
Like the window's not open. Thistle just bounces off of the window.
Yep. You see a couple of guards chuckle before the window opens, and a familiar arm sort of beckons it in. A couple of the guards from the courtyard enter the house.
Won't have Thistle enter. I'll have Thistle like. Is there brush in the courtyard at all, or like in like a backyard or anything like nearby that Thistle can hide in?
So Thistle is currently inside this office. You don't know what's in this office.
No, I thought Thistle just bounced off the window.
He did until the window opened.
Oh, the window. Oh, he kept bouncing until the window. Okay.
And
It's
now
like the
Thistle
cartoon,
is
like you
inside
bang
this-
against the door until the person on the other side opens it, and then you fly through.
Well, the person inside would have noticed something banging against the window, looked over, seen Thistle, and then opened it up. Obviously, recognizing whatever manner of beast this is.
Thistle just drop the note onto the floor, onto the other side of the window, and try to get out as quickly as he can. And then hide
You
in
watch-
like whatever area he can.
You watch as Thistle flies out the window with a great gust of speed.
Right?
And
Is there any
where
like
is he going?
brush? Is there anything
Where
like?
is he going?
Well, I'm asking, is there like any brush or anything near me, or is it just open courtyard?
It is open courtyard. There is not much in the way of greenery here.
All right, I will have Thistle. Question for you: am I able to? So, like, usually whenever I summon Thistle out of the crystal, I am holding the crystal. As long as I am attached to it, am I able to summon crystal out of it no matter where it is, or do I have to be like within a certain radius of the crystal?
I'm gonna say in this instance, you would actually have to be in touch with the crystal. I would dare say that would be how it works. Otherwise, you'd be able to revive it from like halfway, like from within the stables, but it went down. So, no, you would have to. You would have to be within touching range.
Okay. Thistle doesn't have a set distance as to when he dissipates, so I'm going to have Thistle fly out of the courtyard and just kind of hang out on the other side of the wall for like a solid 30 minutes before he flies back.
Sure.
And then once he flies back, as soon as he gets, like, he's going to try to do so without being noticed, so if you want me to roll another stealth, it's up to you. But as soon as he gets back to me.
There is a message enters your head, you and Agnes. Saying,
Sending spell. Nice.
come in. We have guests. Your presence is required.
Not even a crystal. Okay. Not even stealthy. Thistle will just fly back to Alden, turn back into a crystal, and Alden will pocket Thistle. And then he will relay this to his infant, like, if you wish to bear witness, that is entirely your choice. If you wish to do your own thing, that is up to you. And Alden will kind of bring Agnes to your state.
I like your note,
Gesture
Agma.
to kind of like trying to be more hospitable than usual. Alden will gesture, like, as soon as you get in, Alden will just gesture to everyone who sees him before they can get into his. Does anyone want tea? Like, how would you take it? I can get some started. I know we have a butler, but like, I would like to be the one to make this for you. Does
Hang on.
anyone want some tea?
Sorry, I literally got lost about a little bit into that. So you cross the courtyard? Or how do you end? So you said you're going to his estate, correct? You're going into the estate.
Roland did say come
Oh,
in.
that's kind of funny, guys.
Um,
Just that little note.
And
Was not here.
am I right to assume?
Love
Do
it.
you want me to roll an Arcana check, or am I right to assume this is
It's
a
good,
cunning, so I can
clever.
roll it?
You would know that he has access to a sending spell.
That's funny.
Okay, so yeah, I'll walk through the courtyard, and if I am stopped by anyone, I will tell them. I will send a sending back to Roland saying, "Can you come out to the courtyard to settle something really quick?" And just
So,
like relay
I
everything to the
need
guards and be
you
like,
to
"Oh, I live
make-
here."
I would need you to make, as you cross the courtyard, a deception or performance check of your choice,
What am I?
as well as anyone else who would be crossing with him. I'm counting Agnes out at the moment because she's not here.
I was about to say. You said deception or performance?
Deception, performance, your choice. Mark, if you're joining us, I would need you to do the same.
Deception. Deception. Am I muted?
Okay.
I'm not.
I just can't roll well on checks today.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good, right?
You know, I am walking through the
Cross,
courtyard. However,
you start crossing
I
the courtyard. You start
I know
crossing
I have
the courtyard.
I know I have a response left, which is why I'm like, holding it, like,
James, hold on.
heads up.
Yeah, you start crossing the courtyard, and you watch as some of the guards that were leaning against various pillars, the one that was a group in the center of the courtyard, they start zeroing in on you. And as they do, they start to recognize you and your regalia.
Me?
No, Alden.
Okay, cool.
You are recognized by proximity. And as they all gather
Hard to
around you, as
Kind
they
of hard to
all
guard your. Guard
they
your-
all start to gather around you, going, "Halt! You're wanted in line of questioning." You hear a voice, a female voice, one that. Ooh, roll me a history check with advantage.
Ooh.
Both of us?
I
boy.
would say Alden specifically.
Okay, I will first run one roll for me.
Why am I rolling so poorly
You
today?
haven't heard this voice in a long time. You just made the DC. You haven't heard the voice in a long time, but you do recognize it as an elderly tone belonging to one Liara Portier as she shouts across the courtyard. He is coming in to see me. Leave him. He does not enter harmed.
Thank you. It's been quite a long time, Liara. Thank you for that.
Save the pleasantries, and she just turns around and walks up to the known office of.
As Zenithon is walking, he's like walks and he gives him the finger, like without like looking back to them. As he just keeps walking.
Alden will quickly try to like hide the middle finger and go.
Yeah, he just gives up. Yeah, because Zenithon like the whole way.
Noble pleasantries. Come on. I know it's a pain. Just do it. And Alden will enter, and he will say to the art, thank you. I imagine you have already been offered some hospitality, but if you need some tea or anything, I will be welcome to grab it.
It's being sorted. They can look after themselves. Comes a very discerning tone of Liara. She is a very nonsense woman.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I can feel it.
Oh no, Alden will summon this. He's like, I don't even have to leave to grab it. I can have my homunculus get it for you. You can still have a conversation, and you get tea. It's entirely your choice.
She enters the office.
She has no time for your
Oh
nonsense.
shit!
Nope.
Time out, buddy. Get in there.
Alden will walk in.
Does Zenithon get the idea that he needs to stand on the outside? He's not really welcome inside?
Alden will explicitly say, Zenithon, stay outside.
Alden's going to the principal's office.
Stay outside.
Do you actually say that to Xenophon?
Yeah, do you? Because guess what? Like you
No,
leave him
Alden,
unattended.
If you
Alden
say
will flat out
that,
say,
he's
you are
gonna-
welcome to the entire estate. If you wish to browse my workshop, that is entirely your choice. Please
Bring
don't
your
come inside.
well-dressed brute in as well.
I'm the lady. I'm wounded. And you would call me a brute.
Of course, Lady Portier. And he beckons Xenophon in.
Oh, yeah, thank you, my lord.
Fuck off.
Yes. I
I
walk
guess
in.
we'll both go into the
Alright.
principal's office.
Oh boy.
Brute. Oh shit. Shit.
I have
You
some
see-
understanding that you wish to speak with us.
Indeed, as you walk in, you see Roland Firahel, sort of
Hello,
just
Father.
off to the side in one of his guest chairs, you see
Oh, that's very off character for him.
Liara sitting behind his desk, looking back across both all three of yourself, Agnes, and Xenophon.
At this
Xenophon is
point,
going to.
before we entered, Thistle is back in the crystal.
Yep.
Alvin knows, like,
And
if there is a noble around, there do not have your just casual homunculus out.
the
It's
door
just not
closes
very.
behind you, and she turns around to each of you and says, I have been meaning to talk with you all day now. Thank you very much for turning up. Let's get down to the chase. I need to find out why you raided such a noble estate such as Avernus, and why I shouldn't arrest you now all for murder. And on that note, we're gonna finish for today's session.
Oh shit!
No fucking way!
An hour early?
I do want Agnes here for it, so I'm gonna finish it there.
I was gonna say something so hacky too. Oh my god, I was gonna literally say I did it for love. I was literally gonna say that.
Oh no, I was about to
my
back into
God.
the shield. I was about to back into the shield and be like, do you want to vouch on the fiendish nature of the basement?
Oh shit!
I feel like he
Oh
works
my
with me.
God.
He's with me. Don't listen to whatever this fucking nincompoop has to say.
Oh
And
god.
only half of us are there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
meanwhile,
Why did I
back,
go with you, James? Fuck.
The
You
three of
left
us are just sitting back at the
witnesses.
inn,
You
just playing cards.
Fuck.
So, you had left witnesses, you had left your names with people you rescued. 1-to-1 correlation.
Yes.
Of course I would recognize who it is.
I'm not even the one that left our names. It was just like some red, like Alistair was like, "Oh, who are you?" And someone, I'd forget who, but like someone was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
who
this
said
is
it?
my
I
name."
don't.
Someone's like, "Oh, this is my name," and I'm like,
Let's go back to the recording.
I'm not going to. I want to say stuff, but I think it's awesome the fact that you're so worried about it now, so I'm not going to say anything.
You're going to send me spiraling this week.
I am.
Oh.
I did it for a reason.
don't
and
you
half of it
remember a
was for
couple weeks
Agnes to
ago
be
when you were
here.
talking about
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll
She
just
missed out on a
soften the
lot.
blow, I'll make him tea, it'll be fine, Roll won't
So
be mad.
next
I
session,
wasn't expecting the
will
guard
be-
to be there.
next session, will be obviously wrapping up Bouldur's Gate,
Yeah.
and then traveling over to Waterdeep. Overall, Waterdeep.
Candlekeep?
Sorry, Candlekeep. Sorry, I knew I would get. I knew I was going to get it wrong eventually.
They both have double E. They both
Yeah.
have double E
Deeps.
key at the end.
They're
Mhm.
both
Both have
deeps.
Well, Eep.
So
They both have Eep at the end.
yeah. So look, that's next session is going to be very fast paced. Trying to get past a lot of this.
Guys, thank you so much. Thanks for so much for hanging out. But we'll be back next week. Finish this up. Thanks for sticking out through a lot of just kind of listening in, a lot of role play, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So Zen, I was just like, are we even like in his
Mr.
radar?
Ohioan, are you there?
Yeah, he's just like, he's just like, you guys are nothing but